Hey everyone, what is up? As the stream title says, today is going to be a corkboard building stream. Got it right here, all nice and ready. Gonna be using it to put together our thoughts for the Somnium Files, who we think is top sus, and kind of, I don't know, organize our thoughts, right? Because a lot of stuff going on, especially with all these different timelines and all that stuff. So I'm not sure if I should just bring up the game. Thoughts. You're a thought. Huh? And of course, I do have the kitty ears here. All nice and ready to be worn for later. You will get to see them, don't worry. Let's see. I guess I should probably start from the top. I should probably start the game, so I can at least look at the timeline to organize my thoughts better. Let me just get that started. All right. You're here for that? Nice. Excellent. So let's actually go ahead and start with a top sus. And this is going to be, I guess I should have like two different categories, right? I should have one for people involved in Dante's past, and then like a top sus list for who the new Cyclops killer is. Because I think Dante's past is another mystery that we like have to kind of resolve to figure out who the new Cyclops killer is. At least that's how I would assume it would be. So I guess we'll find out on that one. This was one thing I unfortunately didn't prepare ahead of time. So I just gotta write it down real quick. Stupid pencil. Alright. Corkboard. Right in the middle, right? Is that readable? That's not readable. Well. That focus. Top sus right there. Go ahead and put a pin in that to make sure it stays. I don't always trust sticky notes. Alright, top sus. So, top sus for the new Cyclops killing, right? All the information that we have right now. Let me bring up my timeline thing that they give you here. It'll be this playthrough, right? Where's my controller? 822, that's probably the last time I played. Yeah, slowed that file. Let me switch scenes here so we can get a better look for everyone. Boom. That's not capturing that game. One second here. I guess it is. Why didn't you work? There we go. Alright, so when does Sosejuma's head? I think that's where we left off. We were about to start it. Yeah, okay. But actually, I want to bring up the flow chart. So we can kind of start from the top and then go from there, right? So we started off with Shoko's killing. And this goes in with the new Cyclops killer, which is going to be the top sus here. So it's top sus slash new Cyclops killer. She was victim number 1. Poor old Shoko. And then I believe this was Date's sync. Yeah. Which is going to tie into Dante's past, because there's a lot to unpack with just this one room, right? We've gone into like 2 or 3 different Somniums. They're all in this. They're all in this room, and we've seen almost the entire character cast in this one room, which kind of links everyone together in that way. Actually, I should put up a Dante's Past one here too. Shit. I probably should have had at least these two prepared ahead of time. Alright, boom. Dante's Past. So we don't actually, like, the game hasn't straight up told us that, who was involved with Dante before 6 years ago. I would assume maybe, like, Renju and Shoko were, because, you know, they've been friends for a long time. However, there seems to be a lot more involved with that, right? Because as we've seen from Dante Somnium in this point right here, he saw number 89, and he saw and he saw Hitomi, which, as they've said several times, you can only see someone in your dream state, your Somnium, if you know them, like, in real life, if you are aware of them, which means that both number 89 and Hitomi have to be involved with him somehow, right? So I'm going to go ahead. So that's why I think at least number 89 should be involved in Dante's Past. I'm almost convinced for that. So I just put up a small thing there for number 89. Actually, I should do the same thing for Hitomi, right? Ah, shit. Okay, so we have those two, which were, I think, the only characters who were involved in this first part, right? Because we finally break through the stuff, open the door, and then there's number 89 and Hitomi on their ground, bleeding out, like she does. Number 89 is who we're told is the old Cyclops killer. And from his testimony as well, he was the old Cyclops killer. Let's see. That's just talking to Hitomi. What was this one? Okay, so this is the very first timeline split, right? I think when we first, we'll just go down, we'll call left side timeline 1, and the other right side timeline 2. So in timeline 1, if it would, whoops. This is all the wrong stuff happening. Come on, alright. So, timeline 1, we solve Mizuki's Somnium to show her family. And that brings us all the way over here to questioning Iris, because her and Ota have a lot of secrets, it seems. And there does seem to be something weird going on with Iris. But so far at this point, the only one who's dead is Shoko. Unless, did Renju die in between here? Muteness, Bloom Park, blah 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 blah. Renju's okay, yeah. So at this point, both Shoko and Renju are dead, and we're questioning Iris because Iris has a lot of questionable, I guess I don't know the word, like going ons around then. like we're pretty sure she was present for it. And a lot of the evidence kind of lines up to her being involved with Renju's death. So we're questioning her for that. So Iris is actually very high on my sus list, but she's not top one. I'll go ahead and God, you know, it would be nice if I could correctly use the controller sometimes. Back here, right. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and throw Iris up on that sus list. She's probably like number 2 or 3, personally. I don't know if anyone who's been keeping up has any other thoughts on that. I'll put it right there. Alright. So I set her a little bit further down, just because she's not top sus. And then we go into her Somnium. I think the very first time we played through, we went this route. We'll just open up this case file real quick. Dr. saw footage of 4-1 being murdered. Right. So she saw all of the murders, basically. And there was always this blue figure behind watching. Question about it, she clearly didn't know anything. Despite what she was seeing in the Insomnia, there was not enough evidence to hold Iris, and she was released. Date offered her a ride home. On the way, she stopped at Marble. Date agreed. Right. That's when they tased Date. And then got captured. I think this is the one where they died. Yeah. So we got there super late. And both Iris and Date died. After they tased me and then got abducted, which we learn about all that shenanigans later. And then this was inside of whose Somnium? Number 89 Somnium. Right, okay. So number 89 Somnium, again, was in this household, in this one room, just like Date's Somnium was. Except this time, actually, I don't remember. I was right there in that picture. Must have been a different selection I didn't do. Anyway, at the end of the Somnium, he's there holding the gun to Hitomi, which we learned from his testimony. I think Rohan like basically told him to kill his wife or something like that. I don't exactly remember that whole situation. But then Rohan breaks through the door, and then we assume shoots Hitomi instead. However, we don't know because it kind of faded to black. So we didn't actually see who did the shooting. And then after that, Boss busts in and says, you know, stop right there, blah, 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 blah. However, she didn't seem to be targeting Rohan, which is super weird. Boss is super high on my suspect list as well. And then especially as we saw in this one, yep, we saw Hitomi getting shot by Rohan. Oh, he actually tells us. Yeah, then Boss, while was Boss there, Date confronted Pewter, asked him. Yeah, so Pewter didn't know where the heck Boss went. Because we did number 89 Somnium without Boss's approval. We just sent it, bud. Pewter told Date that a corpse of Soseijin was found, with his left eye torn out. Right. His body was found in a vase, in pieces, with the left eye torn out. Which isn't, like, necessarily the Cyclops killer's MO. It's usually just, you know, take the eye out, maybe do something weird to the body, like hook it up or tie it to a carousel. But he never disassembles the body, which is weird. I shouldn't say weird, but it makes me think that whoever did that killing isn't the actual Cyclops killer. Doctor went to Boss's office to make sure, blah, blah, blah. Right, yeah. And then we see the video file where Boss straight up shoots Soseijin in the head, which can be pretty easy to infer that Boss then probably takes out the eyeball and then cuts up his body. Yeah. So that's super suspicious. However, I have more thoughts on this later. So I am going to put her up on the suspect list, but I don't think she is the Cyclops killer. Just because, again, not the right MO, and then some other things later. So yeah. She cuts up Soseijin. At this point, we didn't know why she targets Soseijin, but we do learn later, which I'll also go into. So I'm going to put Boss on the suspect list. As far as being the actual, like, Cyclops killer, I think I'm actually going to put her at about the same tier as Iris. Well, I guess I can't really do, like, same tier. I guess I'll put her slightly below Iris. I could see Iris being the Cyclops killer before I could see Boss being the new Cyclops killer. It kind of seemed like Boss was just going for a copycat killing, so that way, like, they wouldn't be really investigated too much, you know? Especially since she has control over Date, who's the one investigating the new Cyclops killers. So, boom. One step below. Hitting wrong buttons again. Okay. And then that sums up there because, you know, we saw the killing and then we don't have enough information to keep going. So we have to go and collect other information from other timelines before we can unlock whatever is going to happen here. So after that, we went down here, did the other route in Iris's head. And let's remind ourselves what happened this one. So a suspicious figure kissed Sosejima. Right. So there is a lot of suspicion that somehow Iris, Hitomi, and So are connected somehow. If you remember, we saw the blue figure on top of Sosejima kind of, you know, kissing him, was making kissing sounds and all that. However, it was weird because it was a woman's body. You know, it had like skirt, and then it like panned up, had like a blouse, and then it had boobs, and then it was just Sosejima's face. And any time we've ever seen Sosejima, he's been in his, you know, his classic Japanese. I don't know if that's a yukata or a one of those things, but he's in his, like, you know, rich man's outfit there. So I don't think that was actually So, because things can get a little weird in your dreams, right? A little weird in your subconscious. So but I don't know what it means. I don't think that the blue figure is Iris, although it would make a couple things make sense. So this was just a weird one, but it does kind of start linking at least Iris and Sosejima together, even though they claim that they have never, like, heard of each other or, like, met each other, which I don't necessarily believe. All right, this one we instead got hit over the head with a pan by Ota instead of being tased, and this was in Mayumi's diner. But this time we made it in time to save both of them. So we saved both Iris and Ota, so no death on that one. And then we go down Mizuki's end, I believe this was. Yeah, this was Mizuki's end, where we discover essentially that Sosejima was one who abducted Iris, and then was also the person in the polar bear costume who was going to kill both Iris and Ota, or who did in the other timeline as well. Was this also the one where we take Mizuki to Sosejima's place, or is this just... I think this was... I just need to remind myself on some of this other stuff before I continue talking. Oh no, that was really sad. Okay. So, in Mizuki's route as well, Mizuki briefly gets abducted by Sosejima as we confront him. Yeah. Right. And then he tries to kill Date after revealing that he's actually Date's father. So, I don't know why why there are no hints about this. Because for the most part, even when we met So before, So did not act like he even knew Date. there were like not really any hints to it. When we first confronted him in like the Yakuza office, he wasn't like, "Oh, hey, son," or "Oh, it's you again." There was like none of that up until, you know, he's got a gun to Date's face, and he's like, "You're getting killed by your father. What a loser!" And then he just shoots him in the eye. Shoots Aiba, so Aiba actually like takes the bullet for Date, so Date doesn't actually die. And then I think they like arrest him, and then, you know, a bunch of stuff happens, and it's, you know, happy ever after. But I never believed that he was the Cyclops killer. And then the game was like, "Who's the real Cyclops killer?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, all right, so he's not the actual Cyclops killer. He just, for every reason, likes to target Iris. However, that does put So Sejima on the Date's past side, because, you know, it's his father. So now he's there, which then actually opens up, which continues to bring up a lot of other connections, because if So Sejima is Date's father, and I already think that So Sejima and Iris / Hitomi, that family is connected somehow, because there's a lot of really weird hints to it, right? Then that just further, you know, includes that Hitomi and number 89 and probably even Iris are all involved in Date's past. How much? So it's weird. I would put Iris up there as well on the Date's past side. However, I think because it was like 6 years ago, so she would have been like 12. Like, I don't think she would be too heavily involved or like have like that significant of an impact on like anything he was doing. So I'm not putting her up there. It would, however, kind of point towards why Iris got so comfortable with Date so quick, if she was already familiar with him, because it was very fast. Like, she was instantly like, "I'm gonna follow this man." So yeah, so which would make sense if she already was vaguely familiar with who Date was. I had something else to go off on that thought, but I'm spaced on that. Let me check my notes here. Also, I was looking through. No, I can actually delete that note because that was confirmed. Okay. I can't believe I lost that thought. Oh. All right, I guess we'll just continue on to the next thing then until I get that thought back, right? So Mizuki's route ends. We learned a lot of backstory about why we have Mizuki in our, not custody, but guardianship. Like, we basically provide for her, especially now that both her parents are dead in this timeline. Everyone's alive and happy. Everyone goes home. Yeah. However, in this one, I think it's important to note that So Sejima didn't get cut up and put into a vase. Because I'm pretty sure we just straight up arrested him after he shot Date. Yeah. Did he get cut up and put in this one? Because I have a thought, right? I have a theory about why he gets killed after, and I think it involves Iris, because he keeps targeting Iris. Let me just open this up. This was all, so this part, this whole red string here was all of Ota's end. So we learned a lot of backstory about Ota. However, no. I need to see if, I don't think So Sejima died in this one. I think there's an important reason why. Yeah, because we go into Ota Somnium. That was Ota Somnium. Then he makes up with his mom, and all that great stuff. With chocolate, blah, blah, blah. Right. Oh, right. The Ota ending was the ending that I thought was really weird, because all it did was give like a little bit of context to Ota and his mom. It didn't like really give us any other important pieces of information. I don't remember. I don't think I rewatched this part, so I might be missing something important. However, I'm pretty sure So Sejima lived in this one. So the point I'm trying to make about So Sejima living in these two timelines is that so far So Sejima has only been cut up and shoved it into a vase on the timelines where Iris died, right? And I think that's linked to somehow Boss and all of them being connected as well. Because we know Boss at least, shoots So Sejima in the head. However, I think he had his eye in. Maybe he didn't. Well, either way, it's pretty easy to assume Boss or whoever she's working with shot, So Sejima in the head and then cut him up and then shoved him into a vase in his house. And that was in one where Iris died. So now we have, all of timeline 1 done, aside from this portion where we don't have enough information for. So now if we go over to this next timeline, which starts here, rather than unlocking the cage and showing the Mizuki, like, the pictures or whatever, we actually do the balloons, which takes the cage over the carousel up, and underneath it is Iris. And Iris is curled up in a ball, frozen, multiple stab wounds to the back. She's dead. And this is kind of where they start introducing more, like, future sight stuff, or, a little bit of, like, clairvoyance. People being able to tell the future in their dreams. I forgot to mention it earlier, but Iris briefly says that, she knows that she's going to die. And he's like, "What? How do you know that?" And she's like, "I can see the future." And then kind of became true. She did die. And in this one, Mizuki saw her dead, even though it hadn't actually happened yet, until, like, another couple of things, and then it happened. We saw the live stream because she wanted to go on a date with Date. Again, warming up to Date really quickly, almost as if she already knew him from when she was 12, because I think she's 18. So it was 6 years in the past. And then she wanted him to watch her live stream or whatever, and then he didn't, and then Ota, like, showed him the thing, and she, like, stopped her live stream to go disappear with some mysterious man, or mysterious person, who, as we learn later on, was So Sejima. At least we can assume, although he still denies knowing her. And I forget how we figure it out, but we find So Sejima walking out of the warehouse where actually both Iris and Ota had been kidnapped in timeline 1, because now we're in timeline 2. And then we go in there, and then we find Iris curled up in a ball, frozen, multiple stab wounds to the back, just like in Mizuki's dream. And then I'm pretty sure we go back to his house later on. We'll just look. Oh, also important note in this timeline as well, because that just reminded me. Renju doesn't die in this timeline. I forgot if there's, like, a difference in the timeline that would cause that. Actually, it might be the fact that Iris got abducted that Renju didn't die, if Iris is the new Cyclops killer. Whoops. So that's just a wild new thought there. Let me just refresh myself on this case file. Bloom Park, Wanda Shoko, Basilio unknown, blah, blah, blah. Renju, who is in the car accident, skipped to the hospital, looking for him. Date starts on if possible. Ota, Mizuki. Right, and then we begin the sync. I thought So was dead at this point. Whose sync is this? Oh no, we're in So Sejima's sync. Oh. which means the second time when we discovered So Sejima's body cut into pieces was actually in this one. So my thought about So Sejima only getting cut into pieces when Iris dies is just wrong. Well, that makes me sad. What caused it then? I guess we'll have to wait till we get more information, because I'm sure I'm forgetting something from one of these, one of the 30-something hours I put into this already. So that's about where we're at as far as story-wise. Abducted, she's dead, we're about to hop into his Somnium. Alright. So let me just gather up the rest of the characters, and we'll see if we can try to nail down some other stuff about people. We'll go ahead and switch scenes here for that. Okay. So. Well, looking at it again, I'm actually not sure who I find as top sus for being the new Cyclops killer. I mean, honestly, it points to Boss, but again, you know, the whole chopping up into pieces and then throwing to a vase, which is kind of like a hidden spot. I think we only discovered it one time because of the smell, instead of it just being like out on display. Unless she is the Cyclops killer. I mean, it'll explain why she didn't want Date investigating the previous Cyclops killing, which is still weird, in my opinion. I am gonna put Hitomi on the sus list, even though she doesn't have control of her right arm. She's connected to the old Cyclops killer, which someone connected to the old Cyclops killer, I believe, is the new Cyclops killer. Even though so far every single character is connected somehow, because the old Cyclops killer was number 89, who I don't think they were married, but they were together and living in the same household, both 89 and Hitomi. And in number 89's, you know, backstory that he was telling us, he met Hitomi, and you know, he was like, oh, and then I, you know, found love, blah blah blah, and then we see Iris is like with him, or Iris's picture is number 89, Iris and Hitomi, one that they have up there. Oh, which actually would make sense if we were to go back to Iris's Somnium, right? With the blue figure watching the Cyclops killings. Like, I don't know if he may have brought along little 12-year-old Iris to a couple of Cyclops killings, and she actually is the blue figure, but then that doesn't make sense as to what, you know, the blue figure is for, you know, Kiss and So Sejima, or why So Sejima is targeting them, or targeting Iris at least, because that makes, in both timelines, timeline 1 and timeline A, he targets Iris and tries to kill her. Timeline 1, you know, abducts her from the store when she's alone, and then puts her on the ice cutter and then live streams it. Timeline 2 just takes her to a warehouse, gets her naked, stabs her multiple times in the back. Which is, it's always Iris. Don't know why. Just always her. So unless So actually is the Cyclops killer, the new Cyclops killer. Oh, I don't know. Oh, actually, that brings up another point, right? Maybe Boss targets So because he targeted Iris, trying to use the popularity. I shouldn't say popularity, but you know, the MO as the new Cyclops killer. And if Boss, let's say, is the real Cyclops killer, didn't take kindly to somebody stealing her thing, you know, taking credit for like who she actually is, if she's the real Cyclops killer, or maybe that's why she targets So. Which I think that's actually gonna put Boss a little bit up higher on the sus list. Which might be weird, considering earlier I was like, "There's no way Boss is the Cyclops killer." But you know, thinking about it, there's a better chance. There's a much better chance. I have Iba's card here. I'm sure she knows about Date's past. I'd be very surprised if she didn't know. There's always the question of Pewter. We know nothing about Pewter. Absolutely nothing. Jack shit about this man. What he does. Like, we know so little about him that I can't even like nail down if he's connected to like Date's past, or if he's even like someone who should be added to the suspect list. Which I'm actually going to go ahead and throw So Sejima onto the actual suspect list. Even though it's almost confirmed he's not, just because he's died so many times, but... Iris. Is he more sus than Iris, though? I'm actually going to put him a step below Iris, or A set. I don't know why, but she's real sus. Oh, actually, when I was doing that, I had just thought something of why So might be targeting Iris, because in Iris' Somnium we saw, you know, a connection between between them, because she saw So getting kissed up on by some blue figure, which might hint that she knows something about So maybe he's just trying to like silence her. Why he's doing that in, you know, pretty messed up ways, I don't know, but that's just a thought. And talk about that thought, maybe forget about the other thought that I had about the old Cyclops killer. Right. In Iris' Somnium, this is something that hasn't really been brought up much, but they still do hint that Date might have been the old Cyclops killer, and our biggest hints of this are from Iris' Somnium and Pewter. As little as we know about Pewter, he may have had a slight slip of the tongue at one point. So we'll start off with what happened in Iris' Somnium. In Iris' Somnium, I think Route 2, the second route that we played through, in glass shards, we saw Date with blood on his face, you know, stabbing something or laughing or something like that, which, you know, it shook Date. He was spooked, and I was surprised to even see that. which kind of is interesting, especially if you consider her other side, the other route for her Somnium, where she watches, or there's a blue figure watching the old Cyclops killers happening. So what if, those were the same events happening, just from two different perspectives? I mean, it's probably not. It's a weird thought, I know, especially since number 89 already, confessed, got arrested, and still says that he's the old Cyclops killer. Unless, like, number 89 and Date actually worked together, because they're all connected. Date has been in Hitomi's house, knows Hitomi and number 89, walked in on the dead body, which is weird, unless this is some sort of, like, split personality thing. Like, he split into two people or some, like a number 89 split into two people or some BS like that. Because, so where Pewter may have slipped up is he mentions that the old Cyclops killer was a man who didn't have enough of some chemical in your brain that controls, like, your pleasure or happiness or something like that. UPK. I'm going to break from your Neko kneecaps if you don't put on those cat ears. Oh. Fine, if you can even remotely take it seriously, I'll go more into this theory stuff with this on, right? There they are. The cat ears for the beautiful 40 follower goal. They're a bit smaller than I had anticipated, but they're still there. Let me hide my hair there. Boom. Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted? Feels good, man. Yeah, they did. They sure did. So there they are. I've actually been like wearing these for like the past week on these headphones. But since I haven't been streaming, because I wanted to do a evening stream for the Corkboard, since it's more like accessible for people to be there for. So worth. I'm glad I could make your follow worth it. Thank you. But back to the theory, right? Peter slipped up, saying a little disappointed that they aren't pink though. I might be convinced to get a pink pair. Get the whole quartz setup from Razor. Peter slipping up. So Peter slipped up because he said something about the brain chemical. He didn't get enough. So the only way that the old Cyclops killer could get that chemical was through killing someone. Like, that was just the way his brain was wired, was killing someone, which sounded pretty messed up. However, that doesn't align with what the story is that we hear from number 89, because in the story from number 89, it didn't mention that at all. It was more of he was an investigator, a cop, who didn't like not killing criminals because they're getting away with stuff. So he kind of went to more of a vigilante justice, and then linked up with the Yakuza to target like criminals. Except Rohan was kind of messed in the head. Oh no. Maybe Peter was talking about Rohan, who had the chemical imbalance. Because Rohan had a fixation with like eyes, so he was the reason why the eyes were being scooped out from the from the victims. Well, it's either Peter was talking about Rohan, or I think he might have been talking about Date, because from what we know about Date, nothing. We know nothing about his past 6 years ago, or why his left eye, which is the eye that the old Cyclops killer used to target. Oh, cat. Everybody, this is Nico. Nico, say hi to stream. No? Okay. Right. Dante's missing eye, the eye that I was in, is the eye that the old Cyclops killer used to target. So maybe he scooped out his own eye in some weird thing. Because Aiba has also had a couple slips of the tongue, which might have been jokes. But anytime he kind of goes, a little bit dark, because Dante does sometimes go from his usual, like, not like happy-go-lucky, but kind of like, super sarcastic, doesn't really take everything very seriously. He occasionally go to like a really dark place, like, I'm gonna kill this man. And Aiba one time mentioned that maybe like the dosages aren't enough, which I've mentioned it before, but maybe, she's directly giving Dante through some science mumbo jumbo doses of whatever that chemical is in his brain that he doesn't get aside from killing people. And so that's not the only reason there. The very first time that Dante saw Sejima, through the wall at the Yakuza thing using Dante's X-ray vision, his very first thought was to shoot and kill him. Had no idea who he was, just knew that he was hiding. That's very against what Dante's character seems to be so far. Like, Aiba had to talk him down from just shooting some random guy. Which kind of, again, points towards Dante having some sort of chemical imbalance, right? And then, it's just kind of like a really random thing, like this may have just been like some sort of joke, but there was just this random locker that we interacted with, and there was just this diabolical laughter that only Dante heard. No other character even heard it. So, I'm not sure, but Dante might be involved with the old Cyclops killings. That's also why Boss won't let him investigate it. And anytime he gets close, she takes him off the case. So there's some super sus stuff going on. Because Boss knows something about Dante's past. Do I have her up there? I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Boss up onto the Dante's past list. In fact, I'm going to put her top. She knows something. Plot twist, Dante is the new one. I thought about that, but it would be impossible with Aiba there. Because she can see and record everything. Otherwise, yeah. Let's move this down. Boom. And I think that's everything. I don't have any other theories, I don't think. The fact that Sejima is Dante's father, though, is really important information, I feel. However, I don't remember, I can't think of how that's going to change things. Like, again, it's weird that he didn't, like, even hint that he knew Dante until he held a gun to his eye. Or Aiba is. He is a robot thing after all. But I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, it could be Aiba / Abyss, somehow controlling Dante in some weird thing. But it does seem pretty unlikely. I want to put Pewter up somewhere, but I don't know where to put him. Because he's not really all that suspicious, because we know nothing about him. Which might be suspicious. Or he could just be some character that they use to drop hints about stuff every now and then. There's also the thoughts of Boss was working with the Yakuza. Because again, when in number 89 Somnium, it kind of looked like Boss busted in to target number 89 rather than Rohan, who was the current boss of the Yakuza, who was also the old Cyclops killer. So Boss, in the investigation, had to have known that this old Cyclops killer was two people, unless number 89 covered for Rohan to protect Hitomi, so that way she only lost control of her right arm rather than, being dead. So there's still a lot of questions. I'm gonna actually pop up a couple of questions, unanswered questions that we have. So obviously, number one is who the new Cyclops killer is. Pencil. And honestly, I think that who the real old Cyclops killer is another question. Because, again, I'm not 100% convinced that it's number 89. Because the only people who we have who tell us that it's number 89 are number 89 and Boss. However, there are both very suspicious people to believe in anything that they really say. Actually, I'll just write killer. I mean, I might just be overthinking things with that, but I think it might be a question to ask. And I made this font way too small. So, questions to ask. Who's the new killer? Why is So targeting Iris? That's another important question. Because the only time he ever even kills Ota is when Ota repeatedly got in his way before he finally stabbed him. Otherwise, he was just going to kill Iris. Why? Piece of pencil lead. Oh my god, it's break central. Why kill Iris? And I have some string here that I'll kind of link people who I think are involved with it to make it a bit more interesting. So questions we have right now. New killer. Why kill Iris? What are the other questions that we can think of? I would put in connection between Sosejima and Iris, but I think that is basically the same as why kill Iris? Because I think the reason that Iris is being killed is related to their relationship. What are the other questions? So is Dante's father. Why did he wait so long? Well, alright. I'm gonna get some string, and I'm going to now connect people to the questions who I think are related to the questions. Classic red string for the crazy theories. Now, where the heck is the end? There we go. Yeah, that'll be good. Where'd my scissors go? Can you guys think of any of the questions that we should be trying to figure out answers to? Because right now we have, who's the new Cyclops killer? What the heck is Dante's past? And how are all these people involved in it? And why is Iris being targeted? I think that's an important question. I know there's more important questions that we should be asking, but I cannot think of them right now. I cut that way too long. Who is best girl? Important question. Important question. You know, I'll even go ahead and put that down. Nothing like deciding best girl in a murder mystery, which means that she'll probably die at some point in some timeline. In fact, I'll even let chat decide best girl. Who's best girl, chat? I know some of you haven't like seen all of them, but you know you have to have some sort of idea. I'll even put her up with the like bigger questions here, so we can have another tier list, right? Best girl. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, a boss was up there, and then she started to get super sus. And then it was he told me. However, then he told me, kind of started to get super sus. But we'll go with chat's thoughts on this once you guys gather up thoughts there. So why kill Iris? New Cyclops killer. So boss isn't just because she's sus doesn't mean she ain't best girl. I guess if you truly believe in the best girl, it doesn't matter how sus she is, right? That's why people think Yuno Gasai is best girl. Super sus, kind of not even kind of crazy, super crazy. Best girl. All right. New killer. So obviously, top sus is going to be linked to the new killer. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and link those. Actually, I'm just going to link the people who I think are... I was just about to say even best Yonderake and best... Yeah. I don't know, thinking about it, because, you know, currently boss... Here, I'll even pick up the cam and move it a little bit. I'm not sure how much further the cord can go. Yeah, there we go. If you guys can see it well there. Woo, woo, going for a ride. So top sus right now is boss. However, I don't know. I don't know. Because boss is still... Let me just get you guys situated again. All right. Because boss is still super hard pushing us to figure out who the Cyclops killer is. And she only takes us off if we kind of start going against what she wants. Kind of like she already knows who it is. And if we start going the wrong direction or something, she'll like take us off or some shit. Oof. Gotta wish unit. She might like put an axe in you if you mess with her boy, but who is the new killer? I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue who the new killer is. Only suspicious people. I just don't know. Boss? Do I link boss new killer? I'm still gonna link Boss to the old killer. She's one of those people who always knows more than she lets on, at least from what we've seen so far. And I think once I do this link, you might be able to just jump back into the game and go through So Sejima's thing to get more information, because I think otherwise we're caught up. Because otherwise we have, like, sillier questions, like, why was So Sejima's head on a woman's body in Iris' Somnium? Which I don't think is that important of a question. Like, it's definitely relevant in some way, because something in Iris' mind clung to it. What a bitch. Who? Are you still talking about Alright. And with that, we can probably go ahead and just jump back into the actual gameplay. So is Date's father. I feel like I shouldn't. I'm actually going to write down that link. Sorry, my internet sucks. I think 3 minutes. Oh, it's all good. I think So being Date's father is important enough that I should have it on the board. Don't know why it's important, but it's definitely come into relevance, because that actually automatically means that So knows everything about his past. Also, relevant question after this red string. What is Date's obsession? It's not just panties. There was a moment in one of the older, in one of the other situations, where it's porno mags. His obsession is with porno mags. Because if Aiba mentions porno mags, Date's, like, processing speed goes to, like, increases by a stupid amount, and he can just do superhuman things if he thinks it's all for a porno mag on the floor. So that, yeah, what is Date's obsession with porno mags and panties and all this stuff? So is Date's father, which means he has all of the information. So has all of the information that we could ever want on Date. Which, we need to have a sit down with him to learn about our past. Unless Boss kills him so that we can't learn about Date's past. I don't know. There's another thought there. What the hell? Yeah. Yeah. When Mizuki calls him a pervert, I think she has good reason to do so. Date's. Sorry, this writing takes is so slow. I have to, like, bold it with a pencil to make it legible sometimes. Although the way I just wrote father is not legible. Good thing you guys can actually see it. Let's put that down there as an important point. Oh, I actually just did think of a really good question. Is Iris, I don't want to say magical, but maybe some sort of Esper? Because does she have some sort of inability, right? Because she did the thing with Mayumi where she kind of just took the knife from her and then just ran off. It kind of like stunned Mayumi briefly. And then she did say that she can see the future, and then played up as a joke after saying that she was going to die soon. And then she died. And then also Mizuki saw dead Iris in her, or we saw dead Iris in her subconscious stuff. So there is something going on with clairvoyance or future sight, or however you want to say it. So I'm just actually going to write that down as Iris ability, because I don't know how else to word that easily. It wouldn't surprise me if she had some sort of kind of ability. And this is kind of cheating from, you know, this company's previous games. Or, yeah, the Zero Escape previous games. Because they went into, like, all this stuff about morphogenetic fields, where you could, like... It was something about sending information from one person to another, but, like, the main character was able to throw his consciousness back in time or some bullshit like that. I don't know. But, essentially... there are abilities in Zero Escape games. So maybe it's possible. Oh, nothing like freaking how to spell ability on stream. That might be spelled wrong, but we're gonna go for it. Iris ability. All right. You know what? Just because you mentioned it, Zipzap, Dante's obsession, because that might be an important part of his past. Who knows? Or he might be similar to Sigma from VLR, who just says stuff like that. I should write Dante perv. Boom. All right, we have all these questions, and we don't have a lot of answers. We've only played maybe half the game, but that means we still have half the game left to play. So I think we're all set. If I can think of more questions, I'll add them as we go. As we get answers, we'll mark them up there. Yeah. If stream can finally answer who's best girl, I'll add that as well. But you guys just may need some more time with the characters here. Let's double check my Discord here. I see. All right. We just transition back to the correct scene. Bada boom, bada bing. Oh, this is pointing to the wrong speakers. One thing I forgot to set up before stream. I may need to restart the game. I do. No, bad. I want to hear. I'm sure stream does too. Just bear with me real quick here, y'all. Launch. There we go. All right. And just make sure my desktop audio isn't muted. It is muted. There we go. You guys hear okay? Should we begin the ominous sounds? Alright, so this is the timeline where we found Iris's cold, dead body. That so stabbed her. Also the timeline where Mizuki's Somnium predicted how she would die. Frozen, curled up into a ball, stab wounds in her back. And this is So Sejima's Somnium, because he's the one who did it. Again, targeting Mizuki. We don't know why. Excuse me. Targeting Iris. Too many goddamn characters. Okay. Right, I think we're trying to save Iris. She kept, like, running getting stabbed. Yeah. Which does make it seem like she was chased. I mean, it doesn't make it seem like it. It obviously was. Map. I've never looked at the map during this. I could have been doing this the entire time. Are you kidding me? I feel freaking stupid. Guess we'll start off with the corner here. This nice large box.
A large wooden box.
Correct. Oh boy. It's a 50-second timey. Do we even want that? We want the 1/3 timey. Give me that.
No good. I cannot move such a large object.
Oh, come on, Aiba. You're big and strong. You got this.
A large...
I guess maybe she'll break it?
Leave it to me.
Oh, she's getting hyped up. That's never a good sign.
A wooden box is no match for me. I will crush it to pieces with my special right straight.
Yeah, we'll see about that. She tried.
By the way, what is your opinion on pineapple and sweet and sour pork?
Wow, you really tried to change the subject there.
She tried, yeah. Guess we'll start with the warehouse doors. There's a lock on that one. Listen in, get that 30-second timey.
I hear a dull impact at regular intervals.
Ew.
Like a knife plunging into meat.
Well, we do know Iris was stabbed. With that door, though.
5 minutes left, Date.
A fork.
Thanks, boss. I guess we'll trade the 1/3 for 1/4 and just kick it. Or do we drive it? We're gonna go weird here. We're gonna try to drive it. We're gonna take that bad timey.
Leave it to me.
Which I forget usually leads to bad things or good things. It starts at least.
It is time to unleash the Drift King.
Didn't you crash a
Can't
minute
drift
ago?
with that.
Besides, the forklift is front-wheel drive.
She has nothing to say. She forgot about the brakes. Oh, Aiba. Maybe that's why he gave us the ×2 timey.
There's something here.
Maybe you should jump in. You might unlock a bonus stage.
Oh
You
boy.
have the mind of a child.
If there's an option, we're jumping in. Oh, it's a portal?
A mysterious warp space suddenly...
Throw a pebble. Scream. Put your hand in. We're gonna throw a pebble. That's only 10 seconds. That's not that bad at all. Oh.
It appears to be connected to that place.
Okay, it made it bigger.
Hard to believe.
So she puts her hand in, picks it up, moves it. GG easy.
A portal
Should have just had her put her hand in to start off with. Go ahead and do it.
Here?
Yeah, do it.
My hand.
Yeah, you can do it.
I suppose if I must.
Just pick up the box, move it, and let's save Iris. Let's go. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I've seen a boss character like this before.
The giant hand. That's a Smash Bros. Reference, right? I've apparently gotten what I thought were references wrong, so I have to double check now. What was that sound? Nope, I was getting stabbed again.
Are those boxes in the way too?
We do not have time to move each one.
If only we
Tragic.
could use that crane.
No splits yet. I guess this isn't going to be a timeline split. There's only one solution to it. These concrete fragments? Why is this interactable? Can I get good timing off of it? I can get good timing. Swap out that 50-second one for a 1/10.
You okay?
I want to go home.
It's okay. Don't push yourself. Just give it another shot, okay?
Stop it.
Just kick it, Aiba. There we go. That's time management, boys. Take a look at the map. More warehouses. This one's all
A door to the
messed
warehouse.
up.
I can.
Let's just take a peek-see.
Why does peek sound so perverted?
It
Isn't
shouldn't.
that perfectly normal to say in this situation?
A one-time
You
Date
sound
isn't
like
being
the kind of man who
perverted.
uses the word trim unironically.
That isn't important right now.
So I was right.
No. Just look, please.
Well, if you really want me to.
Just take a peek.
Oh my.
What is it? Did you see something dirty?
Shut
Oh,
up.
there he goes.
Bert.
Glad you kicked it. Was just about to suggest.
4 minutes.
I already know what you want.
A door to the warehouse.
Guess let's go in. That was a real long transition after she walked in.
Huh? That door should have led to the warehouse, but
We already peeked in. We knew it would end up here. Camera doesn't like that. Where are we on the map? Oh. Eyeball is there. Did we come here too early? Camera no likey. Control panel, that sounds important.
is this some
I don't
kind
think
of
that's a good place
control
for a control panel. Just for the memes, we're gonna input fighting game combo.
The one that is difficult for humans to input?
Yeah, the GH raging combo.
Is that supposed to be
Fine,
the
just
Konami code?
quiet. No, wait. Inputting that sequence of commands with the lever shaped like this.
You got
I think
it.
you can do it.
Yeah, come on.
I'll try.
Holy wow, that worked. I thought that was just gonna be a meme.
Oh, it moved.
Ring out!
That's a KO.
KO. Run, Iris, run. And stabbed.
If only she could fit through that gap.
Man, if only we could have moved the barrels. Am I right? The way they write your options is giving me dyslexia. Really? I didn't think they were that bad. I mean, some of them, like, the letters are, like, overlapping on each other, so I get that. What's up with this funky warehouse door?
A warehouse.
You want that timey, that 1/10 timey?
I hear the sound of scraping metal, like a knife being sharpened.
Sounds dangerous. Be careful.
All these warehouses, like all the steps to like what he did. Sharpen the knife. Use the knife, etc. That's a
3 minutes,
invisible wall. 3 minutes left. I guess we'll have to go back through here. I don't know what else we can do.
Delivery!
What do you deliver in Iba? You don't got no pizza? There's no one here to even deliver to. Alright, more warehouse doors. Box near crane. Descriptive. Thank you. Really need that one. What is this? There's this portal-like thing here.
A warehouse.
Just go ahead and give that a little open up.
What's this? Something came out.
Edible seaweed made this way was thought to be a delicacy for nobles during the Heian era.
What?
Nobody needs to hear your superfluous narration.
I don't understand that one. That was truly out of left field. Oh. That one made her smaller. Way to go, Iris. That's another dead end. And now you're small. And probably about to be stabbed. Yep.
Box hanging from the crane in the way now.
Was there something under the wooden box?
Let's just go back.
Do we have to hear the sound again? Shrunk her body and made an escape path. There really aren't any, like, splits and decisions here. Let's move the crane.
A crane.
Ride, tackle, throw something. I think we're gonna have to try to ride it. Eat that ×2 timey, which
Not that I am against it,
might,
but
you know,
Can you not climb?
screw us over later.
I don't see any place to get a hold.
You can't just jump. I took up ×2 timey for that.
3 minutes, Date. Hurry.
I guess throw something at it.
How about this stone?
It's something.
Huh? Ah!
Just move the box. Oh no.
I hit it, but nothing.
Yeah.
I was doing so well. And now I'm starting to run out of time. Box near crane, let's go.
Wooden box.
I guess we'll push it. 9th timey. This is 1/9 timey. I thought she pushed it the other direction.
It is either stuck to the ground or
You're just weak.
your
Mix of both,
instructions
maybe?
are bad,
Or you're just lazy.
or your breath smells like garbage.
You can't smell, Iba. You don't know that. However, I'm sure a doctor is very offended.
Hanging.
Alright, punch it. Maybe it'll break or something?
It won't even budge.
Or a good old-fashioned waste of time? Are there new warehouses that looking suspicious? Did that one. That one's all warped. That one's locked. What is this? Oh.
What?
It's a collectible that I keep forgetting exists. Oh, there's a portal up there. And a control panel. That's what I've been missing. Guess we'll knock on it? I don't know. Maybe it'll open.
Is anyone there? No response.
Tragic.
Even if there was someone there, they might not answer.
Well, how in the heck do we get up there, y'all? Nothing back here. We know that portal's just gonna make us small. Maybe we need to be small.
What is...
It looks like a premium channel before you pay for it.
Well, let's just take a peek, see.
Oh, I got smaller.
Oh, it's just
Gathering
their side and
smaller,
small.
you'd be as flat as a surfboard.
Oof. I might need to go back a step here. Because punching that, doing that didn't work.
A crane.
I guess we're just gonna tackle the freaking thing.
There is no point doing this by... If we are going to move it, we have to find another way.
I wish I knew another way.
Date, you've got less than 30 seconds.
I've got less than 30 seconds. Map. Ah. Is that... That's been used up. That's been used up. Is it really just warehouse doors? It's... Our only options are to just try out all the different doors. Guess we'll listen to this one? I don't know what else to do. Just doors. That's all it is. Always has been.
Deep, excited breathing.
Don't like
Don't
that.
tell me. Is it a panty snatcher?
Date knows the breathing from experience.
Time's up.
God damn it. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to at least lock 3. Because now I know not to even touch the crane. Okay, crane box equals waste of time. Warehouse door, pointless. They're all locked. What do?
A warehouse...
Knock, listen. Let's just knock on every single door.
Is anyone...
Whoops.
No response.
Even if there was someone there, they might not answer.
Yeah, probably not. That portal
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
used to teleport us up there. Are there any new interactions with this one? Can't interact with it at all.
A warehouse...
Warehouse door. Knock on this moth.
Is anyone there? No response.
Even if there was...
Alright. Is that supposed to be a hint of like... Don't knock on the doors? 'Cause it's not going to do anything for you. Oh, I have to go get the collectible again? Oh, that sucks. I just heard getting stabbed. I thought I heard something.
What?
I wish the collectible carried over every time you had to like do a retry. Yeah, Portal B doesn't do anything. Box crane. There's no way it's a concrete fragments, is it? Those just kind of seem like pointless, like interactions. Get like a timing or two. But I don't have any other ideas. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try listening to all the doors? All the warehouses?
Pieces of...
We'll investigate since kicking it didn't do
It is the same
anything.
material that makes up the ground. Though I am unsure why it fell from the sky earlier.
Where did that
So
portal come
things that go
from?
through that portal come out supersize. Got it.
Well, that's supposed to be a hint to the thing that we did earlier. Oh, tilted. Whew. It's all doors.
You have 1 minute left.
I'm gonna spend that last minute listening to the warehouse doors, I
A
guess.
warehouse... I hear laughter, but they're far away. I cannot tell who the voice belongs to.
So we got
A
laughter,
warehouse door.
the sound of something hitting meat, knife being sharpened.
I hear the sound of dripping liquid. Occasionally, a spraying or squirting sound.
By liquid, do you mean blood?
Unknown,
Gross.
but it is unnerving.
I imagine that's not a good sound to like just hear in a murder scene.
A warehouse door.
That's a 1/7 timey. I spend 10 seconds, knock off the 30-second timey that I'm sitting on. You get a 1/7.
Is anyone there?
Yeah, no one's there. Blah blah
No
blah.
Even if there was...
A warehouse door.
So
Dante,
instead,
you've got less than 30 seconds.
there are less than 30 seconds. We're gonna spend 1 second and listen again.
I hear a dull impact at.
That's the knife plunging into me. Do we need to go through a portal again?
A door to the warehouse.
No, that just brought us out to the other side. Another portal. Unless the portal changed, I'm just
A door to the
freaking
warehouse.
stupid. Did it change to take us up to the control panel up there? No, it didn't. I just have the dumb. I don't know, y'all. The cranes did nothing. All we can do with these stupid doors are to listen or knock. We're just trying to find the right door to listen or knock on.
A warehouse door.
This is the one with the knife being sharpened.
Time's up.
Yeah, time's up, I
A
know.
warehouse door.
Gotta use another one to go back to time 3. Okay, so I can at least clear off the last 3. Doors, which would be those 3. I did that one. That one takes us over there. What do we need to do to get there? We've interacted with all the doors. Done everything with the crane. And the box.
What?
Because Iba says she can't get to the crane because there's nothing to hold on to. Well, that aged badly. I guess where did this portal
Less
go?
than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Do we need to go back here?
A warehouse door. Delivery.
Isn't that what she said to get out? Oh my god. Who would have thought of that? You have to go in the same door that you came out, because it'll take you somewhere else. Like, come on.
Is this some kind of?
I didn't even think about that door. Fighting game combo, let's go. Gotta do that fatality.
No.
Got it. Well, if that wasn't it.
Nothing else.
It's a control panel.
Well, we need to go up. So let's raise the lever.
Understood.
Heck yeah, boys. Now we're making progress.
Is there something underneath it?
Another portal. Is that the end? Did we wander? There's no way that's so Sejima, dude. That old man can't run like that. Punch him. Got him. Piece of garbage. Iris
It
didn't
appears
even look
Iris was
twice.
saved. Barely.
That shadow must be...
I mean, you could say it's So Sejima, but I don't think So would be able, like, realistically, like, I don't think So would be able to keep up with Iris. There's no way that he could chase her around. I just don't think. Unless So is, like, pretty active for his age, able to run around like that. I guess we'll find out.
Iris was in the Somnium earlier.
Yes, we saw.
However, she escaped.
An unidentified figure tried to stab Iris to death. And Date and Aiba...
Kicked him.
Who is that figure?
Probably So himself.
True, he could imagine himself in his Somnium that way.
Oh, I
Mr.
guess.
Date's ego algorithm processed the figure into that particular image.
What are you people talking about? If you're quite done here, hurry up and release me.
Why would we release you, bro? You admitted to killing her earlier. What are you talking about? Boss, get a look at this guy. She's standing there. Nice. Can we get an arrest warrant for him?
Are you kidding me?
Is
You
that a
know
no?
that what we find in Somnium can't be submitted as evidence in court. Besides, we don't even know for sure if that figure was So.
You said it was.
I said that it's probably him.
Excuse me.
But he knows a lot of
I'm right
stuff.
here. I can hear everything you're saying.
He basically admitted to it, and that's why we threw him into the Somnium.
No, nothing
Come
yet.
on.
They arrived a while ago, but
He's
that
guilty
warehouse
ass.
is owned by Okiura Fishery.
I know. Aiba, can you check to see if it's the Okiura we know?
Maybe that's a question we should add up, or also add up there. It's always the Akira Fishery.
I saw it on the monitor. Aiba saving Iris as she was being stabbed. Of course, since you and Aiba are one and the same, it's like you saved her, Date.
What would we save her from? But back to the Akira Fishery thing. I mean, even that's connected to the overall story because that is owned by Mizuki's father, Renju, or Renju, whatever his name is. Renju's like grandpa or father or something. Like, it's not directly owned by Renju, but it's part of his family. Which, I mean, if they're all involved in this somehow, I don't know.
But that was just a dream. It's not real.
Unless she
Saving her in Somnium
thinks
looks
we
like
saved
now.
her in some way.
I'm sorry.
That she died later. What do you mean, boss? People don't just come alive if you save them in your dreams? What's that bullshit? Why'd you call
Come to
Shoko?
think of it, I still haven't heard your explanation for this.
Yeah.
2 days ago, you called Shoko Nadami just after 9 p.m. Why?
You should watch the upskirt. What upskirt shot? Was it when we were saving Iris? Because I wasn't actually looking. I was either looking at my other monitor or at the camera. Because I was thinking. You tried to catch me, but it was actually you who was doing it. My mods are pervs.
That is a private matter that I will not discuss with you.
Kitty. What's his alibi? Probably reading at his
What
house.
were you doing at 5 p.m. 2 days ago?
Reading a book at home.
Knew it.
You can ask my
Easy.
housekeeper or my bodyguards. They will confirm that for you.
That does match what
Generic
the bodyguard
goon.
said earlier.
But they're like family to him. They're not above telling a lie.
Yeah, I know
because of
2
their loss.
timelines where he got killed. You got killed. You killed Iris, didn't you? Oh, yeah, you did.
I didn't.
You did.
Are you planning on acting dumb all night? How did you know Iris was stabbed?
I heard it.
What?
What?
On my way to this place, I heard that woman over there talking. Something about a girl who got stabbed in the back.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, you.
No, you didn't.
I don't remember exactly what I said. It's possible that I mentioned a body with stab wounds to the back.
Oh, God. Boss. Dante and I just said the same thing at the exact same time.
He very well may not
God
have
damn
seen
it, boss.
Iris's body.
No, he still must have.
He was
He was
there
in the warehouse.
where her body
But
was.
does that mean we can conclude for certain that he saw the corpse?
Why are they trying to put doubt? Don't do this.
I've been telling you I don't know anything.
That's impossible.
You have to know
I
something.
saw Iris in your dream. You have to have some memory of her.
What are you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
Not just like in his dream, like normally. Like she was being chased by some dude with a knife, doing the stibby stab. Let's ask about the ego algorithm.
Imagine the human brain as being made up of two elements: memory and algorithmic structure. The former is preferable
Okay.
because the latter can be problematic. It can output things based on the inputs it is given. To make this easier to understand, compare this to a computer.
Alright,
Memory
lost,
is
but
like
let's
your
go.
data stored on a hard disk. The algorithm is the program. This program controls everything, from higher cognitive functions to primitive instinct. This program is what creates the phenomenon of consciousness.
Okay, I think I'm following. So let's keep asking about it.
In short, it is your ego algorithm, what you call your mind. Recognition, cognition, consciousness.
Can you imagine like being in the writer's room trying to like come up with this stuff? I don't think I could do it.
All of these processes are
I don't think I could come up with this.
incomprehensible without the ego algorithm. However, the Wadjet system is revolutionizing the way
Wadjet
we
system?
think about consciousness.
The Wadjet system controls my core programming.
Using Wadjet,
I bet the
we could
Wadjet
map
system is
the
gonna
neural
come
circuitry of the human brain.
like not in handy,
And
but
we
it's gonna be
discovered
an
a
important
specific circuit that is key
centerpiece
to
of-
the phenomenon of consciousness.
of what's going on.
However, we human
Not
beings
centerpiece,
are
but
still
an important
unable
part of
to
it.
fully grasp it. It's far too complicated. But even if we don't understand it, we can still use it.
Yeah, until
You
it
don't
goes
have to
bad.
understand electromagnetism to use a microwave oven. The Wadjet
That's
system
true.
is how we are able to extract the sinker's consciousness. That is what makes syncing possible.
Okay. How does syncing work?
During a sync,
Get some
the
more
sinker's
information about this.
consciousness, or ego, is brought into the subject's somnium. They enter the subconscious mind, or more accurately, sink into it. At this time, the sinker's memories are left in their original body.
Okay.
Picture an egg. The ego is the egg yolk that goes into the subject's brain. The sinker's memories are the whites, which remain in the shell. The sinker, or rather the sinker as their pure ego, experiences the subject's somnium.
Experiences
But
their
to be
yoke.
precise, it is not only ego. When synced, a modicum of memory data does get sent into the subject's brain. Imagine separating an egg yolk from its whites. No matter how you try, some of
This
the
is
egg
all
whites
too big
will
brain for me.
always stick to the
Me and my
yolk.
monkey brain.
This is just like that.
I think I have a vague understanding. Very, very vague understanding.
The subject of the sync remembers certain persons or objects that appear in Somnium. But they might not have a clear form. Our dreams are sometimes vague or unclear, after all.
I'd say
Even
more
the
than
subject of the
sometimes.
dream themselves.
Almost every time.
I told you earlier that the sinker experiences the dream from the perspective of an observer. That is why the person creating the dream can appear within it. But perhaps they do not have an objective view of themselves, like a mirror or picture. Perhaps he's never watched himself on television.
So
Rare
it's
for
just
a politician,
this
but not unheard
pink
of.
figure.
He lacks that objective picture of himself.
Eggs,
He
brains,
remains
is this a
stoic
drug?
and unattached despite his position
This
of
is your
power.
brain on
I
drugs.
find that quite powerful. To be able to put your ego aside,
I think in
see
short, yeah.
yourself as God sees you, is an ability many charismatic people share.
Well, that's all that. Will this locker laugh at me again? Who the heck is Rika? It's probably some girl from the cabaret club that he goes to. 45. Oh, that's not good. We gotta get those numbers up. Why is it different now? Why? Oh. Okay. Who the hell am I supposed to talk to now? The color is drained from his face. Are we still on pewter? Talking about the mysterious figure.
He may not have a rational, objective assessment of himself. So,
Got it.
even if this figure is ambiguous,
Are you sure? I feel like he's like
Could be so.
pretty full of
Indeed.
himself. At least that's like the vibe he gives off.
Date, the investigation team is calling.
Oh, they better have something good.
This is Date from Abyss. What happened?
Hey, sorry to call you out of the blue. There's something we want to check. Is now a good time?
Sure, what is it?
Please
You said you
give me
found a
some
body
stuff to
in the
arrest this
Bureau of
man.
Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. The one at Ariake? Warehouse District?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Why?
Is it gone?
What happened?
I swear.
It's, not here.
What's not there?
We searched all over the warehouse. We didn't find any bodies.
Where could it have possibly have gone? Unless, you know, that pink figure is someone who's working with So. That's the only thought. And when we caught So, the other person wasn't caught. Took the body away. Took the body and our evidence.
What do you mean there's no body?
Look right there, Dante. There's no body.
Yeah, we looked everywhere, but nothing.
God damn it.
Date, I am not doubting you. However, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I forgot. Aiba was turned off. She was powered down. She was powered down.
I saw it. I know I saw it. I saw Iris's body with my own right eye.
So there's no evidence.
Then perhaps
We don't even
someone
have a
moved the
recording
body.
of it. Because she
Between
was
the time we
offline.
left and CSI arrived.
No, there's another possibility.
Unless Dante is
There
crazy. Which circles back, right? Circles back to my thought of Aiba giving Dante doses of something. She was offline, so he wasn't getting those doses, so his brain went a little crazy. Saw Dante's body. Sagon residence. Okay, so we're going to Iris' house. If she's there, he's crazy. That's all it is. Oh my god. Well, time for your date, Dante.
Iris!
What are you doing? Barging in without ringing the doorbell?
Dante's crazy.
You see, Mizuki ended up staying at my place. Something wrong?
God
World
damn it.
changed.
Oh. Oh, I guess that's a possibility. The fact that we saved Iris in the Somnium actually affected things. So unless this goes back into like their old stuff with morphogenetic fields, where your actions in the future have an effect on the past, type bullshit. So it's either saving her in the sink actually did change the past, or Dante is batshit crazy. However, we don't know because Iba was turned off, so he does not have the recording.
She wasn't killed.
True, but that was only a dream.
And there was
Maybe
no
the
split
dream
in that
changed
Somnium.
reality.
So it's not even like one choice in the Somnium will take us to a reality where, or a timeline where
Impossible.
where Iris dies, and then another one where she doesn't die.
Then how else would you explain it?
It's just she's not dead.
Iris came back to life.
Or Dante's crazy, but oh, why do they gotta do this? I was on a site. Nice. I'll talk about prophetic dreams. Because, again, Mizuki's Somnium and Iris talking about like she knows the future.
2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's Somnium.
And then he saw it again, like, in his own, like, reality. However, maybe he's crazy.
It must have been a prophecy.
Boss.
There's a lot of stuff in this world that can't be explained by science.
Here we go on with Boss, hinting that she knows more than she ever lets on. Which is why, you know, she's kind of top sus, and she's linked to the new killer. She just knows something. She just knows something. However, I think I should then link her to Iris's ability. Because even just the thought of it, she's like, yeah, there's Stranger Things. What does she mean by there's Stranger Things? What does that mean? Like, she... it means... I don't even know. But I'm going to link her to that question, because she knows something. God damn it. Oh, there it goes. Oh no. Oh, goddamn. And this is why she's top sus. I'm not convinced that she is the new Cyclops killer. But she is super sus. And has connections to a lot of things. Boss's knack for change is one of her good qualities. What do you mean change? She's already admitted that she knows even weirder things than prophetic dreams. Not having beliefs is what she believes in. What does that even mean? That's how she established herself as a major player in the police department. By just, like, believing in everything? Or what? Or believing what she wanted to. We'll ask about So.
Congressman Sejima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A.
You don't say.
3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone. We
Yep.
still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private. Exhibit B. So Sejima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night, but he didn't inform us of this. There must be something he doesn't want us knowing. Exhibit C.
His whole Somnium, I think, is a pretty
So
good
was
one.
an Iris's Somnium. Dreams are constructed from memories. Yet the good congressman denies he ever knew
Wait, I
Iris.
think they fucked up that voice line. It's supposed to say Iris's and So Somnium. I'm pretty sure she said So it was an Iris's.
So was an Iris's Somnium.
Yeah. They messed that up.
So was an Iris's Somnium.
Well, she's not wrong, because So was an Iris's Somnium. Just as Iris wasn't So Somnium. However,
So
that
was
got
an
mixed up.
Iris's Somnium.
I think they meant to actually put that. I think the voice line is correct. I mean, they're both correct. It's hard to know which one they actually meant. A dream change in reality. Does she believe in that?
Date and Iba saved Iris and Somnium. And that changed the history of the real world?
Morphogenetic
It's
fields.
not impossible.
Actions in the future
That
can
isn't what you
change the
said
past.
yesterday.
That was then, this is now. A woman's mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know?
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date. I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss.
Why? Because you know something about me or about Date in his past, don't you?
I sent him home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do? We can't hold him without solid proof. What
Yeah,
we saw with Iris
oops.
hasn't happened yet.
She's gonna go kill
In
him,
any case, we have
chop
to
his body
speak to
up,
him again.
shove him in a vase, take out his left eye. That's what happens. How's Renju doing though? Check up on our old buddy.
Mizuki went to Bloom Park 3 nights ago. She was prompted by a Nile message from Renju.
Right, that was the Nile message. Oh, please don't Bloom Park's
There
merry-go-round
are
right
3
away.
possibilities. 1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder. 2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene.
I think it's more like that,
3.
or someone just stole his phone.
Culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message.
I
In any case,
think 2 or
the motive
3
is still unknown.
are definitely it.
We need to
I'm
talk to
definitely
Renju.
leaning towards
Renju,
3.
where did you go?
A dream change in reality. Yeah, let's
It
get
is
Iba's
absurd.
thought on that.
Not possible. Dreams are figments of the imagination.
Well, I guess she's an
incident which took
AI,
place
so
entirely in your
she's
mind cannot
like
have any bearing on the
straight up
real
logic.
world. That is preposterous. Consider it. If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality?
Well,
If you were to be
no.
attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
But at
Also
the
no.
warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating. Within Mizuki's Somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse.
She can explain like how
it
he
is
could have
affecting
been.
your mental state.
Oh yeah.
Last night, you were so fazed by it that you couldn't speak. If
I
it
don't remember
bothers
that.
you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
That's actually a good point. Because we kind of barged into her house, but we didn't, like, you know, ask her, what were you doing last night when you disappeared? I saw the live stream. Where is she right now? We
Her
probably
cell
should go
phone is
talk to
on.
her.
I can trace her via GPS.
Or
She
we
is
could call
currently
her and ask
somewhere
her.
in the Lemniscate building.
Alright. Well, she's streaming then. Where is Renju? Probably the hospital.
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct? It is possible she may have something for you by now.
Alright, Mama, let's go. We need that information. I asked Moma for information too. But I had the same promise. I had to promise him a meeting with Iris. Moma can wait for now.
We can talk to Iris's mom as well. She was Renju's classmate, right? Iba told me about her.
Aspelkira Fishery.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Yeah.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju.
Which is still
The
weird.
company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17
It
years.
still has a
after
lot to
Renju's
do
father died.
with...
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management.
So,
In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father.
in every single
and was
timeline, we've
instead
ended
given
up
to
at
other
that fishery,
persons.
trying to save Iris.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is
Yeah.
suspicious.
I agree. We'll ask about the fishery again.
I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
Something changed, yeah. So let's get a
There
summary.
are 4 people I should talk to. Sosajima, Iris and Hitomi Sagan, and Mama. And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
We have many avenues
5
of
places to
investigation.
go,
Let's
y'all.
get moving.
Where to first? I kind of want to save the Sagan residence for last, I think. So maybe Marble. Actually, no, I want to talk to Iris last, so I want to go to Lemniscate last. It's probably like Marble, the Sagan residence, cold storage, Sejima, and then Lemniscate. Yeah, go to Marble first, talk to Mama. Learn about Renju, then we can focus basically everything to figuring out what the f happened.
You need more info on Ren? I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
Now, what if this isn't the first time that a somnium or a dream has changed, like, the past or whatever? Because even in Mizuki's Somnium, whichever path you choose dictates whether or not Renju is killed.
I see.
So I wonder if that has something to do with something as well. Like, if that's actually the first time our actions in the Somnium... that might be too much of a stretch, though. I don't know. Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Good question. Well, let's ask her. We can't ask her. That's about Renju, even though she has no more
You know about
information.
Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Yeah.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Talent
Maybe
scandal.
now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that,
What's the talent scandal?
Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
Holy shoot. How did that happen? Well, tell us, but...
Dante, have you ever seen a dead body?
Getting real deep when he gets drunk, huh? I remember Renju saying that to me after he and I went through a bottle.
You're
I
a policeman.
bet.
I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets.
You could say that.
So, how about it?
I didn't answer. I turned the question around on him.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah. Not
So
just one.
casually. Well, yeah, of
Countless
course.
bodies. When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job. You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras.
How did you see dead bodies
It's an
doing
easy
that?
job.
What the heck?
Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
Oh,
What
yikes.
jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family. Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation.
So we just showed up, killed
You
them,
just have to
took
be
their
nice to
land.
them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk, throw them in the tub full of hot water, and they pass. Just like that.
Jesus.
Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old
That's
age.
What?
So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits. I watched a lot of people get killed like that.
That is a long con.
And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth.
Holy
So I-
shoot.
Why am I telling you all this?
Did you participate in that, Renju?
Are you going to arrest me?
Did confess. I took a sip from my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout.
Oh, there we go.
But still... Date,
An accessory to a lot of killings. We didn't say another word until the ice in the glass had melted to nothing. I imagine it's pretty hard to kick up a conversation after that. Alright, Mama, summarize for me.
I don't have anything else for you.
Good talk.
Sorry I'm not much help.
No,
It's okay,
don't
you
worry
tried.
about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight.
I bet it's a
If you
Kumakura.
ask him, he might have some information for you.
Tonight?
Yes. I'll be waiting for you.
I don't like how it's starting to seem like a setup. We'll talk to Hitomi, and we'll talk to So.
I apologize for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
No, I'm grateful.
Right, she took care
Thanks to
of
you,
Mizuki.
Mizuki has her voice back.
I got her
No,
voice back.
I didn't do anything.
However, that means we don't have that big ol' heart-to-heart with Mizuki. At least not yet.
Today's a holiday.
So I doubt that'll
I
happen
suppose
anyway.
there's never a day off for a detective. Oh, but you aren't a detective, right?
What holiday is it?
Technically, yes. But I still deal with crime.
I see. Today is a holiday.
You forgot too, didn't you?
Last pull Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that.
I bet
Iris
not.
was such a fighter. She always protected me. I remember, one time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy." I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me.
And now she's the internet idol. Probably making
I
bank.
died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school.
That's a pretty
It
rough
wasn't a good
time.
idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
What a guy, Renju. Can I ask about this picture?
I've been wondering about that picture.
Sweet.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes.
And who's on the right?
Hey. That bird was an Iris's Somnium. What are all those things above their heads? What are all those brown spots?
The man I was dating at the time.
Number 89. Serial killer, by the way.
It was only for 3 months, but
They only together for 3 months.
I met him about 6 years ago. Have you been to the Kume Shrine in the Minato district?
They really, like, glazed over that one. They met him 6 years ago. Yeah, which actually exactly lines up with the old Cyclops killing 6 years ago.
I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice.
And this lines up with number
More like a
89 story
behind the shrine,
as well.
I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I
Yep.
took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then he kissed me. I
Great
was
first
shocked,
date.
But when I stared into his eyes, then I heard footsteps, and then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices and footsteps faded,
And those were the
he let me
Kumakuras, I
go.
believe.
Don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
How do you know an
Took him to a
underground
law
clinic?
doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once.
Oh, right, Renju. Well, that would mean that he would be part of the Kumakuras, the exact people who were looking for him.
Even though we
Can we
had
morph
our
this?
first
Oh, wow, we
kiss
can.
seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park. But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him. And I was falling in love.
Which is not at all
Our second kiss
aligns
was in the
to
car.
Pewter's
It's
story.
cliche, I know. But we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed.
Which warehouse?
I don't think we ever said I love you, but we both knew.
Interesting.
Closer.
Another connection to the Okira fishery.
I introduced him to Iris about a month
Oh, it's
after I
little
first
Iris.
met him. Iris never had a father figure in her life before.
She still has the
She
little
warmed
cat
up to
thing.
him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on,
Huh.
it was always the three of us together.
For 3
To
months.
the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park.
That's a
Going
lot to do
barbecues
in
with
3
another
months.
person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was so exciting.
And then she got shot for being with him.
Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture. He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time.
Is that all that stuff on their head then?
I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads too. Plop, plop. I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce. At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After
That
about a
explains
week,
all the
laughed
mess
like
that's
crazy.
around.
We were
At least
rolling
in the
around
picture.
on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic. But those days didn't last. 6 years ago, in November, a man with a gun broke into our house.
Rohan.
Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time, but my boyfriend was. That's why the gunman came. He wanted to kill him. He wanted to kill him, and he would never stop.
True.
Pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him. The bullet hit me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Oh. So they both did get arrested. I don't remember much about what we've heard about Rohan. I don't remember if he actually did get arrested. Because I remember something about him being pushed off a building. Or something like that. Unless, if they were both actually put in prison, then I guess that kind of takes away Boss's... or my thoughts of Boss being connected to Rohan / the Kumakuras. But if Rohan wasn't arrested or anything like that, then continues to put Boss on that sus list.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
They were serial killers together.
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime.
More than just
I don't
one.
know the details, but it was awful. So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
I think he wanted it out or something
May I
like
ask you
that.
something?
He didn't want to do it anymore.
I had heard that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time because of Mizuki.
She's been real truthful.
Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
It would be a little weird. Iris drew when she was 12. 6 years ago. Is there anything else in this room that I even semi-care to? No, I don't really care about anything else. Maybe like the Winter Iris, but... Let's talk to her. Well, Iris.
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing. Even as a kid, whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers.
Is that why she just dances on live stream now?
Too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it.
The dancers were probably really thrown off at first.
She had the biggest smile on her face. Mama, you're a good dancer. That's the kind of girl she was.
Keep asking about Iris.
Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping, even at convenience stores. When their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once.
That's so much
dancing. She was on the
dancing.
jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing
Ice
loud
cream
music
truck.
out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing.
Oh my
But she
god.
lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly. It
Then
was
she
on a
never
Sunday,
danced again.
and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder.
Oh god.
It was the only time she ever cried so much.
That must like
No,
hurt to listen to as a
that's not
parent.
true. There was one other time.
When Date didn't show up for his date with Iris.
6 years ago, I was the victim of a shooting. After the surgery, Iris came in running, and she was sobbing.
And that shooting is the shooting with Rohan.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die!
When they came for 86.
Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die!
I think it was already post-surgery. She was pretty in the clear, but a little kid wouldn't know that.
I swore to myself then that I would protect her, no matter what.
Iris is everything to me. More important than my own life.
Well, he told me I have some pretty bad news about other timelines.
You asked me that yesterday.
That was another point where the subtitles and what they said didn't line up.
Right from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
Alright, summarize what we got going on
Doctor,
here then.
We can't spend time reminiscing.
Why not?
We have to get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
Fine. Talk to So, hit the cold storage warehouse, and then hit up, I'm forgetting the name. Lemniscape. To probably not even be able to talk to Iris.
So
To go back to Mama's later.
Interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment.
Yes.
I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sajima has one phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything
Probably where he
interesting?
makes all of his illegal calls.
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. One call in particular stood out to me.
Interesting.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago. From Fuchu Prison. The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
So they are connected.
Number 89.
Yes. This is most likely the same person who called HQ.
Yes.
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
That's how he knew. How did he get to talk with So, though? Did they know each other before he got thrown in? Ooh, who knows? Yeah, let's ask the relationship between the two.
Unknown. You would have to ask Mr. Sajima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did. But that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown. In all honesty,
I think you do.
I have no idea.
He knows something at least. Wait, we talk about So? I may have been spacing out there. Does he have any? Oh. Yes, he does. He is the Cyclops killer. The old Cyclops killer. It is always really weird, like, playing other timelines where the characters don't necessarily know information from other timelines. It's like they'll ask questions that we already know the answers to.
He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
Right, who is number 89?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards.
Yep.
His code name is Falco.
Falco?
He is one half of the old Cyclops killer. Falco punch. What was that? That little pulse there. That's happened a couple times. However, I don't know. I don't remember the other times that's happened. I don't know if it happens every time. Like something related to his past comes up. Because we already know about Falco and all that from the discussion with number 89 in one of the other timelines. So I don't know if that's like him vaguely remembering or something like that. I'll just keep an eye out for the next time it happens. That might like help narrow down like what the pulses mean.
He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Another 6 years ago. Summarize, Ivo. Let's go.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
Roger.
Ooh, will she do it? We're not supposed to be investigating the old Cyclops killer. Although I guess technically we're not doing it because we know he's the old Cyclops killer. However, we'll have to see if she'll do it.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse. Isn't your investigation over?
Oh! So while there was no body, so it's pretty easy to assume that Dante's crazy. So did admit to seeing something on the table with a cloth over it, right? Which means that there was something there. Definitely, 100%. And actually, thinking about it now, well, we know of Somniums, kind of related to Mizuki's Somnium, where she only heard a phone ring, and that's because she heard it during the actual events. In So's Somnium, when we listened to the warehouse doors, we only heard things. We saw the stabbings, but we only heard, like, the knife sharpening, the sound of something stabbing me, etc., etc. So I wonder if that's because he didn't actually see her die. He only heard, like, I mean, the old Cyclops killer was 2 people. It's not too far to assume that the new Cyclops killer could also be 2 people. Could have been So and someone else, if they are the Cyclops killers, or if they're trying to do a copycat killing, and So and someone else were doing that. And he can easily say that he didn't kill her because his partner killed her. Or some other random BS like that, right? He's throwing bread to absolutely nothing. Let's about the warehouse
I told
first.
You I will not answer that question. And
God
why not?
Damn it.
We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
Except there is.
It appears that he will not respond.
What about Iris?
How many times
What about
do I have
Iris?
to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I don't believe you.
I knew he was lying.
Yup.
This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying.
Maybe So is actually a really
After
big
all,
ASAP
Iris was
fangirl.
not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding, So?
Do the game. Just say
Number
fears and see if
Who
he
is that?
keeps going.
An inmate at Fuchu prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention.
Good cover, good cover. Let's keep pressing them.
Information you can ask her. I can't help you.
Well, where's your secretary?
You are beginning to irritate me.
Fight me, bro.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant.
This guy.
Haven't you people got enough?
No.
I'm very busy. Excuse me. Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you.
Thanks,
To
Dad.
be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you. I don't ever want to see you again.
Why? Why is Date's father doing this? Acting like, first of all, not his father. Being so hostile. What happened six
So I
goddamn
suggest
years
that you
ago?
don't show your face here anymore. It's what's best for both of us. Understand?
For both of us, huh? What does that mean?
Who does this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing. Any higher could kill you. Relax. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
Well, he didn't try to kill him. Cold storage. Let me escape. I doubt we're gonna find anything at the cold storage. It kind of feels like a waste of time. We're gonna walk in, get some BS text, and then with Iba on my left eye socket, I walked to the cold storage warehouse. I could see my breath. What is cold? I looked around, shivering. Nothing seemed changed from last night, though. You know, aside from the whole no body thing.
You first arrived here yesterday at 9 p.m. At that time, lying on this workbench was...
Iris.
Iris's dead body, covered with a white cloth.
But the second time...
The corpse was gone.
It was 11:25 p.m. But the body could not have simply vanished. Crime scene investigation was here before 11:25 p.m.
When did they arrive?
According to the report, 10:30 p.m.
Hour and a
After
half
we finished syncing with Sub.
before the body
It took them
disappeared.
An hour and a half to get here?
Correct.
Why did it take them so long?
You know, even Boss has had a couple of times where she won't let Date progress because the people above her are stopping her. So there might be some bigger conspiracy going on here.
Unknown. The report does not specify. Perhaps a result of outside influence.
Yeah, exactly.
Outside influence?
Like
In any
so?
case, there is nothing of note
Or
about the bench.
the people up top
Examining
in
it
the
will not
police
reveal
department.
any further information.
It's workbench, there's nothing on it. Alright,
The
switchboard.
switchboard. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Alright. What about this box? What about
It's
this
a wooden
box?
There is nothing inside.
Great. Forklift
A
A.
forklift. It doesn't seem like it's in use. It was likely just left here.
Forklift
A forklift.
B.
Nothing seems out of
Alright, overhead
the crane on
crane.
the ceiling. Nothing has changed.
I knew this would just be a waste of time.
There are numerous cardboard boxes on the shelves. There is nothing abnormal about them.
Great. Oil drum.
Hi, I'm Dramaimon.
Iba, the jokes, you've got to stop.
There are only a few. It is likely that this warehouse.
Only a little bit likely, huh? Shelves, not in use. Overhead crane on the ceiling. Forklift. A forklift. Tires and forklifts ground. Completely frozen. Yeah. Ice
That
cutting
machine is
machine.
used to cut ice.
And Iris
Do they
in some
store ice
timelines.
here?
What is the point of being here? I don't see anything green. Oil drum again? No. Shelves, box. We searched warehouse again, but we didn't find anything useful.
Nothing.
But finding nothing may, in
Called
fact,
it.
be something.
What do you mean?
I was just thinking out loud. Let's get going. Date, your temperature is dropping.
It's freaking cold.
At this rate, they might find your body in here.
Alright. Really glad we got to waste our time at the cold storage warehouse again. Always a good time.
I am so aggro right now.
Well,
Who says that?
Why are you angry?
You backed out on your Shovel Forge promise.
right.
I didn't make any promises.
Yeah, you did.
You promised me a date, though.
I did go to your house.
2 minutes before midnight, and you didn't even take me anywhere.
Yeah, because we only had 2 minutes.
We could have gone somewhere.
Like the front porch.
Ichirup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habomai?
Absolutely not.
Then you should have come earlier.
Well...
She has a point. I guess he was kind of busy with work stuff. Why was your phone off yesterday?
I know you were mad about our date, but why was your phone off? I couldn't get a hold of you.
Just gonna ignore that question? Alright, what about the late night visitor?
Last night around 2 a.m., someone visited you. Who was it? And you left the house as well. Where did you go?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Yes.
And you'd do anything for the answer.
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
All right then, Shovel Forge.
No.
Then go on a date with me.
Again, no.
But you owe me for yesterday.
I told you I
She has
couldn't
a
get a
slight
hold of
point.
you.
Objection. Even if you did get a hold of
Oh,
me,
he's got
you didn't
objection.
want to see me anyway, right? Until you fulfill your promise, I won't tell you anything.
As long as we're still here, I'm sure you enjoyed that reference. Have the day off.
Off?
Even though she's at work.
Yeah, from school.
Oh, yeah.
It's a holiday.
It's a holiday.
There
So
he
I
goes,
decided to come to
objection.
Lemniscate. We're going to do a recording for a show soon. What about him?
There was no hold it. Objection. Disappearance.
A traffic accident? I'm worried.
Any idea where he could have gone?
So he hasn't been here
I'm
at least.
sorry, no.
And back to do you know Sosejima?
I've seen him on TV.
Ever met him?
No.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Oh, that's a suspicious look on her face. I don't believe it.
Iris, promise you won't laugh, but...
Did you die last night?
At the cold storage warehouse last night.
What?
Your dead body. I
Alright.
told you not to laugh.
But, come on, Date. I'm alive. I'm right here. Look, I can jump around. Woohoo!
Stop, I'm serious.
Very
In my
weird.
dream, I saved you from being killed. And here you are. Which is why I was like that when I went to your house yesterday.
So worried.
Sorry, there's no point in telling you all this.
No, it's fine. Sorry for laughing. I just didn't know what was up with you.
Huh?
I believe you, Date. Maybe you were in a parallel world or something.
Another bizarre explanation.
Whoa. Parallel worlds and timelines. No.
So, what are we doing?
In this world? This
What do you
game?
mean?
For our date, of course.
Oh, this is a choice. Well, anytime she disappears without us, she dies. So we're gonna go on the date.
Fine.
Hey, wait a minute.
And she's 18, so it's okay.
Yay! So you'll play Shovel Forge with me?
I will not.
You're gonna have
So
to, Date.
we'll go on a date then.
Yes.
I don't know why you would rather go on a
Deal.
date than play
And you
Shovel
have
Forge.
to honor our agreement this time.
I can't believe it.
I don't know why.
Oh, but we can't go right away. I have a recording coming up. I should be done by 3, though.
Tessa, we're starting soon.
Got it! So, Date, meet me back here at 3? If you ditch me, I will be beyond furious.
She'll probably also end up dead
Bye for
again.
now. Peace!
Iris smiled and strolled over to the studio.
There is no point remaining here.
Thanks,
Let's
Abba.
get moving.
So you gotta meet up with Iris at 3. And at some point in the night, we have to go back to what's it called? Marble, because there's someone that Mama says might have information about Renju. Whoops! I need to talk to Boss. As I entered the room, the boss smiled like she was waiting for me.
I took care of what you asked for.
Number 89?
He's here, in the interrogation room.
I'm on it.
I'm
You'll
surprised
go without
she's
me
letting
this
us
time.
do it.
I have some errands to run.
I bet she's gonna go kill Sosejima. Errands, huh?
One of the higher ups needs me. I'll have Pewter go to the interrogation with you.
Understood.
Rest in peace, Sosejima. We get to do this one again. For those of you who missed the whole Falco explanation, I'm sure you'll get to hear it again now. In fact, I'm pretty sure I needed it too. What is that reaction, Date? Are they the same person? There it is again.
Let's get started.
So far twice with number 89 involved. Oh, they're the same person? Or not same person, are they related? Brothers? There's a thought. Why did you call Sosejima's secretary? We'll start off with that one.
You know about that. It's true. I called Sejima's secretary. I got him on the line and I told him something very important.
You spoke with him directly?
Yeah.
Oh, so lie to us.
I told him to call somebody.
Somebody?
Call Shoko?
I can't tell you anymore.
It was to call Shoko. What's his name?
Number
Falco.
89.
Your real name?
I don't know, I forgot.
How many people have you killed,
know.
89?
It's not like I'm counting.
So it's not 89?
Djibouti.
Northeast Africa, a small republic of roughly 900,000.
I don't believe you.
I don't take kindly to stupid lies.
About Shoko's murder.
Alright. Let's get back to the topic at hand. 2 days ago, you called our investigation office. You said you know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
Yes, I promise.
You're lying. You don't want to release me.
I mean, I guess there's always some sort of chance that number 89 is doing the new killings in some weird BS way that I'm sure they're gonna reveal to us if it were true. Because then he could, like, you know, call him up, be like, yeah, I know who did it because it's me. You just have to let me free first. And he does all this other stuff, like call Tsujima's phone to tell him to call someone who probably was Shoko if he knew that Shoko was dead because he was involved with it somehow. This used to happen a lot in the other Zero Escape games. Just several lines of dialogue there, just ellipses.
That's fine. I was expecting this anyway. I just wanted a good excuse to leave the prison.
Real smart man, huh?
What do you mean?
You really want to know?
Yeah. That's why you're here.
Here's what I mean!
Whoa.
You'll make a good hostage for me. Take me to the exit. Now.
This didn't happen in the other one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold it. Let's pump the brakes here.
Oh, darn.
Are you kidding me? A criminal serving a life sentence just escaped from Metro Police. I ordered everyone to keep quiet about this, but it's only a matter of time before the press sniffs this out. We need to get number 89 back before then.
Why? What was different from this one? I guess the questions were different. And I guess that line of questioning like pissed him off enough to make him attack. We'll apologize.
Boss, it's my fault he got away.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
Let
sorry.
him attack you.
Don't waste time apologizing. Go catch him. I'm the one who has to go on an apology tour now. You really messed up this time.
Well, glad I could help you start your apology tour. Alright, Peter. Thanks for the help, by the way.
He punched out an officer and stole his clothes.
Holy
He put on the uniform and brought me with him at gunpoint. Well, he had the gun in his pocket, hiding it. No one on the floor even knew this was happening. He got on the elevator and made it to the ground floor. He even stole my security card. He said he'd
just walked
kill
out.
me if I tried anything. I suppose the whole escape took him about 5 minutes. He must have planned this.
You're rather calm about all this.
Yeah, Peter.
I'm coming down from being terrified for my life. I'm in a bit of a fugue state right now.
I did mention earlier
How
Peter's
would I know?
suspicious just
After
because
he
he knows
got to
nothing
the
about
exit,
him.
He let me go. I didn't see where he went. I collapsed right there.
Where's my gun?
Number 89 still has it. But don't worry. I have a spare. I'll give it to you later.
Why later? Oh my gun now.
Date, I know you are already aware of this, but there are security cameras all over this compound. I checked all of them. Number 89 fled in a car that was waiting for him.
Waiting for him?
So he had an accomplice.
Yes.
Alright.
Did you see who was
That
driving?
goes back to what I semi-mentioned earlier, where what if he is involved with the new Cyclops killings? That's how he knew Shoko was dead. That's how he knew to call So.
I did.
Who was it?
Hmm.
You and I know him well.
So Sejima.
Renju?
What? Renju picked him up? Renju? Motherfucking Renju picked him up? So that's why he didn't attack us in the other timeline, because Renju was dead. Which does kind of take away from him being involved with the new Cyclops killings. Because why would he have Renju dead if Renju was working with him? Unless it was Iris. Because it seemed very apparent that Iris was involved with Renju's death.
Renju?
Why?
It's Peter same. What the heck?
Date, Moma is calling.
Moma? From the Kumakuras?
Oh, here we
I'll
go.
connect him.
Hey, Dante.
Hey.
Just got the word. Renju's been seen.
What? Where?
Hey, don't forget our deal.
Deal? What deal?
You forgot already?
It's to me Aset, me Iris. Maybe that'll be part of the date. Nothing like taking her out to go to the Yakuza base as part of your date, huh?
I'm talking about Tessa.
Oh, right.
I'll be waiting. You know what to do.
What should we do?
We have no choice. We have to take her.
Good thing we got a date lined up.
Moma?
Yes.
Oh man, 3 o'clock already? Oh, we're an hour. We're almost 2 hours late. Dante, you absolute scum.
Late. You're late.
I'm going home.
At least she wasn't abducted this time.
Have you forgotten the vows you exchanged?
Are you drunk?
No, of course not.
You're drunk.
I think she is.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I can't believe I'm gonna shovel forge with you. I'm getting excited.
We are not shovel forging.
I was talking about the dates, silly.
Shovel forge and a date are synonymous, apparently.
I don't think so.
So where are we going?
Where should I take her? To where the dragon is, which is the Yakuza office building.
To meet the dragon.
The dragon? Like that dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Like a fantasy world with swords and magic. And you're gonna teleport me there.
In the car.
Woohoo! I'm getting fired up!
And it's also a Yakuza gang spot. She didn't completely understand, and I didn't have time to care. I took Iris to the Kumakuras. Great first date.
Ooh, look at the dragon! So cool! So, this is a crime syndicate building, right?
Yeah, the Kumakuras.
You right.
And you were trying to make me believe this was some kind of fantasy world?
No, that's what you thought.
He got you there.
Dante lied to me!
Dante, you bastard!
Shut up, Moma.
You made Tessa cry!
Mister, save me! Throw this man into Tokyo Bay!
He'll do it, stop.
Got it. I'll have him sleeping with the fishes.
Don't do
This
this.
is an interesting turn of events.
I can hardly believe it. Moma, I held up my end of the deal.
You sure did. You want to hear about Renju?
Mr. Okiura?
Sure do. Give me that info. Let's ask about the ring first.
Can I have it?
What?
Can I have the ring?
Why would I give it to you?
Hey, can I have the ring?
Absolutely, of course you can. Here, take it. Wait, no. I can't give you this.
You're so cheap.
Come on, it's not like you're losing it.
Yeah, come on.
It's exactly like I'm losing it.
Just hand it over, Moma.
Aww.
You guys are a good team. Like siblings.
What if? What if?
They're out. Looking for Renju. Besides, I can't have them here seeing me like this.
Oh, fanboy. About the Renju tip.
You said on the phone that you saw Renju.
Yeah, I had all my people looking for him.
So, tell me where he is.
I could.
Hey, I held up my end. I brought Iris like you asked.
Dante,
We
come
did.
here.
Moma took me to the corner of the room.
Dante, I don't quite know how to ask this, but...
I don't like where this is going.
You ask Tessa if I can shake her hand, please?
Oh, that's it?
You can't like, ask her herself? Or yourself? Moma and I broke our huddle.
Iris, could you do me a favor?
A favor?
He wants to see your boobs.
What the fuck, dude? I didn't say that!
Oh, sorry. What I meant was, he wants to
What a
shake
scumbag, Dante.
Oh, a handshake. Sure. I would never show my boobs.
What the fuck, Dante? Why? That's not a very pro gamer move.
This is the happiest day of my life. It feels good to be the boss.
So how about it?
All right, here it goes.
Renju was seen in 2 places. First, Sunfish Pocket, the maid cafe. Second,
He owns it.
Ikume Shrine.
Sunfish Pocket and Akume Shrine.
Got it, thanks. No problem, bro. Really.
Moma's sitting, probably super happy. All right, Iris, ready for next part of our date? Oh, I probably should have introduced him.
Oh yeah, I haven't introduced this old man yet. I'm 24!
Wow.
Moma is lying. He is at least 48.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Ava.
Absolutely. Sorry for not introducing myself. My name is Moma Kumakura. I work for a prestigious advertising agency.
Sure.
You run the Kumakura gang, right? You're like a mob boss.
How did you know that?
Is he stupid?
Your last name, maybe? Just a thought.
Moma may not look it, but he's a huge ASET fan. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm a huge fan.
Huge fan.
Gambling. Bet, debt, ASET! Worries. Forget, fret, ASET! Now what does she say? ASET, you bet!
Wow, my catchphrase! Thank you!
This is kind of embarrassing.
Only kinda.
But sorry, Moma. I don't like gangsters.
Heartbroken.
I don't like gangsters either.
We just watched an entire
Gangsters
man
are awful.
just lose his
All
entire
those
life.
nasty Yakuza guys should drop dead. Am I right?
I'm 24. You are 24. More like 48. Go apologize.
Sorry for bringing you here.
It's okay.
You don't have to be scared, Tessa. We're not thugs. We're just a gang.
About as contradictory as meatless beef.
The old boss was really violent. He
would
would
take
take
a
a
Rohan.
cheese grater to someone's leg if they looked at him funny. But after I took over, we went crystal clean.
Crystal.
Methamphetamines. No, we don't do drugs. We don't deal with that stuff.
What do you do
We had to
then?
restructure the whole operation. Cut a lot of people off.
Cut?
Their throats. No! Not like that!
What do you guys do then?
What happened to Mr. Okiura? I heard he escaped the hospital.
So did I. But I don't know anything more than that.
Please tell me?
Renju's escape from the hospital is strange. 3 things stuck out to me. I laid out the facts. Straight facts. Mizuki was lured to the place where Shoko's body was found by a message sent from Renju's phone. I found Iris' body in Okura Fishery cold storage warehouse. Earlier today, Renju fled with a prisoner escaping a life sentence, an assassin named Number 89.
Hold up. What were you saying about Tessa's dead body? Oh, well...
Nothing.
Date saw a parallel world with my dead body in it.
A parallel world?
Never heard of it?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah! Of course I have! Yeah, right! Parallel worlds and all that shit. Yeah!
I don't understand it, but I suppose he does.
Good, because I don't feel like explaining it.
Thank you.
But why would Mr. Okiura do that?
I don't know. He could be a hostage or an accomplice.
Yeah.
Either way, I need to find him.
We also still need to figure out who showed up at Iris' house. Actually, I think that's a question that we should add up on the board here. Just write this out real quick. Because whoever showed up to Iris' house is directly involved with her being killed in well, I guess she wasn't actually killed. Either way, it's responsible for that whole situation. It doesn't appear to be so, though I still think it might be so. And it's definitely not Renju, because she's acting like she hasn't actually seen him. Alright. It's kind of funny how most of the questions that I have up here almost all involve Iris in some way. So we have who came to Iris's house. Iris's ability. That's kind of a general blanket statement for kind of abilities in general in this game, in this world, and why Iris is one who keeps dying. And I think she is number 2 on the sus list, because otherwise I do not understand why her and Ota keep running away from Date.
Anyway, Moma, take care of Iris for me.
What?
What?
What? Wait!
Don't leave her here.
You're leaving me here?
You'll be safe with him.
Are you serious? Look at his face! Not to mention he runs a crime syndicate. What if he sells me to the highest bidder?
Tessa, I would never do that. I told you, we're clean now. We all go home on time. We follow government regulations.
What do you do?
See ya.
Wait! What about Shovel Forge?
I told you I never promised to play with you.
But you promised me a date.
Date, is this true? You son of a bitch.
Uh-oh. He's like, you finished your date.
Good idea.
Date, you're gonna look for Mr. Okiura, right? Take me with you. If you do, I'll tell you about last night.
What a date.
Her late night visitor.
Fine.
Yay!
Date, don't ignore me.
A clean gang.
Why does he even have that gun? Why isn't it like a pistol? Why is it a freaking rifle?
Oh, that's just a toy.
Oh, just a
That
toy.
sure is a gun. Yeah. I don't know why it's that gun. Like, in the past, no, in this room, we've had like a pistol pulled out on us, a minigun, like a Gatling gun, but this guy just pulls out like a rifle.
Let's leave them alone for a while.
We have 2 places to check. Sunfish Pocket and Ikume Shrine.
I want to go to the warehouse too.
I don't get it.
Where you found my dead body.
Something bothering you?
No, I'm just curious. Oh, and one more thing. Can we eat somewhere?
Food sounds good. I haven't eaten in a while.
I too am hungry.
Oh, my chest hurts. Getting hard to breathe.
You're fine, Momo. You're not coming. We'll just eat first. We'll stop by Matsushita Diner. See Ota. I'm sure he's gonna want to get in on this little date.
I'm so hungry.
Tessa? Why are you here?
I told Date I was hungry, so...
I've always wanted to eat here.
It's not operational.
I'll have my usual, Ota.
Yes, right away.
Ota flew into the kitchen. Date doesn't get to order. Iris watched him go and took a seat. Alright, let's order something. Yeah, you're good at cooking, huh?
Yeah. My dad taught me when I was little.
You're making me something too, right?
Sure. My treat, Date.
Thanks, bro. Where's Mayumi?
She's in the living room. I think she's watching TV.
How about you? What are you doing here?
I was just doing some meditation, lying on the ground.
He means sleeping.
Ah.
Date?
Why out here?
Why are you with Tessa?
Tell him. Tell him.
We are
Not
so mad.
Shovel Forge.
on a date.
Oh, a date. Huh. A date?
There we go.
I'm on an investigation. She wouldn't let me go.
Date, I have some delicious fugu eggs. I promise they're not poisoned. Would you like some?
No thanks. I'm fine.
Where is Renju? Why would he know where Renju is?
You're still looking for him? Well, like I told you before, I don't know.
Some information broker you are. What's your usual, Iris?
Omelet rice. Ota's omelet rice is so good it gives me stomach cramps.
Is omelet rice even good? Like, it's used in like every single anime, but
Well, Ota appears to.
sometimes I question whether or not like an omelet with rice in it would be like that good, you know? Like, it's probably tastes pretty alright, but
Back to life.
for it to be used in everything, I don't know.
What do you mean coming back to life?
Well, you see, Ota, she was dead, and she wasn't. Yeah, she kind of came
Date
back
jumped
to life.
into a parallel world where I'm still alive.
Tessa died?
Yep.
Not just once. You've died too.
Hey, can you tell me about this parallel world idea in more detail?
Oh, sure. How should I explain this? Well, oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Wait, is he? Can you tell me about this Oh, the idea. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
we tie,
I thought
nothing
he was
happens.
asking her to tell him about the other world. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
We just shake hands. If I win, you have to give me something.
What if I win?
I'll do anything.
Anything?
Date.
Mm-hmm. Anything.
Date, your heart rate is rapidly increasing.
Date. Behave.
Why exactly is that?
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's go.
Ota's face.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh no. Rock, paper, scissors, chat. Walzarus. You got a little bit. A gun. I don't see a gun as an option here. Ready to play rock, paper, scissors. It's gotta be one of those three. Just gonna go for scissors, I guess.
Shoot.
Oh, okay, yeah, scissors. I bet we lose no matter what we choose.
Oh, no. You see, this looks like scissors, but it's actually paper.
That doesn't make any sense.
Thanks for that one,
No,
Walzarus.
why did I throw out scissors? Why?
You're really not taking this well.
So I get my prize.
I don't have any money.
I don't want money. Instead,
She probably makes more money than
Yeah.
you.
can you pet my head and say Iris is a cutie?
She just
The
wants a head
cutest
pat.
person in the whole wide world? A cutie angel?
Fine. Iris is a cutie.
No. Put your heart into it.
Iris is a cutie, the cutest person in the whole wide world. A cutie angel.
I repeated the whole thing while petting Iris on the head. Whoa.
We just played rock, paper, scissors, right?
Interesting thing to
I won and
request.
you pet me. But in a different timeline, maybe we tied. Or maybe I obeyed your orders and did something really scandalous.
Rewind time, do it now!
I do not have that functionality.
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
So you think I jumped from a world in which you were dead to this one where you're alive?
That's what I think.
So
Parallel world, huh?
they tend to do this a lot, depending on like which direction, like, as far as timelines that you go through. It's like, we're already pretty, like, familiar with the whole concept of parallel worlds, right? Because us as players, or as the player, have already gone through all this. However, the characters talk about this stuff didn't happen in any of this. However, it instantly happens in this one. I guess not instantly, but it happens pretty quickly on this part of the timeline. Which makes me wonder if they had expected us to go down this path first. So that way they could drop this on you. And then I just defied expectations. I don't know. I wonder if they're ever going to get into when Date starts remembering things from other timelines. Like, I'm sure it's going to happen here, on this other side. Because otherwise, there's no point in blocking us off until we have more information. So I guess we'll have to see how that goes.
I can't believe it, but...
Sure you can. Parallel worlds exist.
We've been jumping through them all the time,
Do you know about
Date.
the Mandela effect? Or the Booba Kiki effect?
What's a Booba
Or
Kiki
the 100
effect?
million balls? If I explain that, would you believe me?
Sounds really interesting, Tessa.
Nobody asked
I
you
know
what
some
to...
urban legends like that. The spatial temporal man, and the lost friend, and the story of two sisters.
What are all of those? I've heard people talking about it. Whoa. Can we get information on any of those? We can. They're gonna be dropping a lot of information on this. Let's ask the two sisters first.
So, there's this girl. Let's call her B. She's practicing piano in her room, and her little sister is watching TV in the same room. B asks her to turn the TV volume down so she can hear her piano play, you know?
Is the picture related?
So B goes back to practicing, playing a little bit. But her sister doesn't turn the volume down. She's not listening at all. So B turns around to scold her. She was really gonna let her sister have it.
What?
But she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. She thinks, I wonder where she went. But then B hears her sister at the door. I'm home. B runs to the front door and sees her sister and her parents standing there. So B asks, when did you go outside? But her mom says, what are you talking about? She went shopping with me. B is really confused by all of this, of course. She asks her little sister about it, and she learns that her favorite TV show was on. And before she went shopping with her mom, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to stay and watch it or not.
So depending on her decision, a parallel world was made.
Yeah. What B saw might have been from the world where her sister stayed behind.
But why did that sister see both worlds, right?
I know a ton of stories like this. Like being suddenly transported 1 year in
I mean,
the
it's
future,
probably the exact same
there's a missing
reason why
persons report
Date
out for you.
can vaguely
You look down
remember
at your
both.
phone, but you realize that it's not yours. It's not the one you remember having. You look through the contacts, and it's filled with names you don't recognize.
I missed the first part of that. It's a missing person. Wow, that would be crazy. Could you imagine like this current part? Like you take your phone out and you're like, this isn't my phone. You look through the contacts and you're like, who are any of these people?
Sounds scary.
There's more too. Like this town where
Like, would you
everyone's
even
Japanese,
think it's your phone?
but they're speaking a completely different language. And all the signs and magazines and stuff have different letters. And it's not like Korea or China. It's the Japan we know, but the language is different.
That's a prime example of a parallel world.
I don't know. I guess we'll talk to Iris because I hope she'll like move things along. Yeah, what is the Boba Kiki effect?
Date, look at this picture.
Okay. Iris pulled
There's
picture
a
on her
famous
phone.
experiment regarding this picture. You show this image to people around the world and ask a question. Which one is Booba and which one is Kiki? Believe it or not, 98% of people asked have the same answer. The rounder one is Booba and the jagged one is Kiki. Isn't that weird? In other words, everyone thinks that Booba is a certain way
Oh.
and Kiki is the other.
I think they mentioned this in the other Zero Escape games.
It applies universally across languages and cultures. It's like something ingrained inside all humans.
Yeah, except in the other game, they like really put emphasis on how people from different cultures tend to all have the exact same answer. Which would be interesting, right? We'll keep talking about the Boba and Kiki effect. You know, I wonder if they'll bring up the paintings by that one artist as well.
Like
that they did in
worshipping the
VOR.
sun and the sea.
A lot of cultures do worship the sun and the sea.
Or thinking that the mother is soft and the father is jagged. Regardless of
Yeah.
your culture or background, you probably think this way. It's what Jung called the collective unconscious. There exists a second psychic system of a collective universal and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals. That's what Jung said about it. Think of it like bamboo. Bamboo stalks look like individual plants since they're separated. But underground, they're all connected. Human
I didn't know
psyches
that
might
at
be
all.
like that too. Connected at a subconscious level.
So the way it's going now, they're definitely going to bring up morphogenetic fields. Does that mean this is connected to the Zero Escape series?
That.
Same universe.
Yeah! You saved me in the dream, right? And dreams are all about our subconscious minds. So if you follow the roots...
You get to another bamboo stalk.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, what about the 1 million balls?
This world is full of really interesting stuff. But you know the most interesting thing of all?
Balls.
No, what?
That humans exist at all.
The universe developed in a very particular way to get here. If things were even slightly different,
Right, we wouldn't
well,
exist.
the galaxies and solar system and all of that might not have existed at all.
And that means humans would never be born. And even if everything happened exactly like that, the probability of human life developing is extremely low. And yet, here we are.
It's true. Keep asking about the million
Imagine
balls.
a box full of ping pong balls, labeled 1 to 100 million. Would you be able to pick out the one?
I haven't seen
Not
1 million, it's 100 million.
But what
I
if
am
there were 100
stupid.
million of you?
Well, then one of us would definitely pick up the one.
Exactly. The birth of humanity is so improbable that it's basically a miracle.
Heck yeah.
But if there were multiple universes...
Go us, guys.
Then it wouldn't be strange that at least one of them had humans in it.
She is describing the anthropic principle. I may have underestimated her intelligence.
She is super
Do you
knowledgeable
know
suddenly.
Nelson Mandela?
Well, yeah. The former president of South Africa. He helped abolish apartheid.
Yeah, I already know about
He
the
died in
Mandela effect.
2013, but a strange thing happened. When the news broke, people all over the world thought, didn't Mandela die in prison in 1980? That's the Mandela effect. It's when your memory and history have discrepancies.
Like there's the other similar one with like not the Avatar, the Statue of Liberty. Some people remember being up and I think it's a torch. Some people have memories of like the torch being like a tourist spot, but then there's also showing that, or I forget what it is, but there's also something that says that the torch has never been opened up for the public to be into. So those don't match up. And I guess the location of the Statue of Liberty also has some other discrepancies. I haven't done too much
There are
research
lots
into
of
it, but
examples. Like the name of this kid's book with the bears having different
Berenstein
spellings.
Bears.
Or people remembering that Kennedy was assassinated in a 4-seat car. But in our world, he was in a 6-seat car.
Huh. I thought it was a 4-seater too.
Or that electric mouse from that video game.
Is that real?
Probably
I thought it was a
remember the tip
4C
of its
car.
tail being black.
Was it a 6C car?
It wasn't?
Nope, it's all yellow. And the design didn't change.
Oh, I missed that last part. Or the electric mouse from that video game, you probably remember the tip of its tail being black. Electric mouse from that video game? I don't know what that one's talking about. Oh, Pikachu? Probably. Wait, it's not black? I didn't watch much like Pokemon as a kid, but I definitely remember it being black.
Oh. Lines from movies, company logos, historical events, and little things.
The bottom is the top is yellow. What?
The Mandela effect is everywhere. Why do you think that is?
I know about some of those other parts of the Mandela effect.
Because those memories are from parallel worlds?
That would explain it, I guess.
Yeah. Alright. Bring on the morphogenetic fields talk. Let's go. We all know it's going to come eventually. Oh, we have to ask him? Alright. Lost friend.
There's this kid, A. He's in elementary school.
Okay.
Well, A had this close friend named Suzuki. One day, after school, they're walking home together. A turns around to tell Suzuki a joke. And Suzuki is laughing his butt off. And he's laughing and laughing, and he laughs so hard that his eyes fall out of their sockets.
What?
Thank you.
Well, they were hanging down out of his eye sockets. The nerves were still connected, but...
Some hard laughter, bro.
A is of course in shock and doesn't know what to do. Suzuki just takes his eyeballs and jams them back into his eye sockets and keeps walking like nothing
Don't like
happened.
this. I don't like this
So
either.
A asks him about it.
Haha.
Hey, are you okay? Your eyes fell out. A is really concerned for his friend, you know? Suzuki just says,
It's like,
"Yeah,
it happens.
I'm fine." He doesn't say anything about
Happens
it.
all the time.
And by now, A is really curious. But he's not getting any answers. So they just part
Just
ways and go
goes.
home.
Right back in.
The story only gets weirder
it's
from
nothing.
here. The next day, A goes to school, and Suzuki's not there.
I thought
A is confused.
I've heard of
asks
that
his
as like an
teacher about
actual
it.
like condition where like your eye can just pop out of its socket. I think that's like a real thing.
Hey, where's Suzuki today? And the teacher says, Suzuki? Who's that? There's no Suzuki in this class.
Imaginary
A
friend.
says, what are you talking about? And he goes and asks all of his classmates about Suzuki. They all say the same thing. I don't know him. There's no Suzuki in this
Do
class.
not like.
So that kid must have jumped into
Yeah,
a
I can-
parallel
yeah.
world without Suzuki.
That's what I think.
And it's also the whole Mizuki could have just, or Suzuki could have been like an imaginary friend or some stuff. Ota is quite. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Continue the lost friend.
Couldn't Suzuki just be an imaginary friend or something?
Oh my god, Date.
No,
You and me, man.
A was really serious about remembering Suzuki.
It is weird. And there's no way you can pop your eyeballs back in like that.
Yes, there is.
Well, not necessarily. There's such a thing as a dislocated eye. It actually isn't too hard to put your eye back in if it falls out.
That's information I
That's
like.
correct.
I
Dislocated
find it
eyes
interesting, but
are
also
fixed
didn't
in their
necessarily want to know.
As long as none of the nerves or blood vessels were damaged, there are usually no lasting negative effects either.
But that doesn't prove this Suzuki
Do
exists.
not like.
Well, I guess not, but
Does your own morality of your eyeballs spook you, Balzers? How about the spatial temporal, man? I don't know
yeah,
this one.
It's sort of like a common experience. A lot of people have experienced waking up in an uninhabited world they've never seen before.
Good old
And
dreams.
most of them describe seeing the same person. The spatial temporal man. He's supposed to be an ordinary old man wearing work
Oh.
clothes.
I think I've heard something similar to this. Igor is where I draw the line. That's fair. Oh, then I don't know. This whole thing is about, you know, killing people and taking out their eye. That's why it's a Cyclops killer.
The spatial temporal man guides people back to the real world. He tells them, this world is not for you, or something.
Wild.
I'd like to meet him someday.
I don't. That means I went somewhere where I'm not supposed to be. Especially in a dream
So,
state.
this elementary school kid?
No, thank you.
Let's call him C. He goes to school and there's a bunch of things on the floor. Postcards, towels,
Okay.
a coffee cup, rice bowls, a sink, lots of stuff. But C realized that those were all things from his own house.
How did they get to the classroom?
No one knows.
Teleportation.
It's not like anyone did it on purpose or there was a thief or anything.
Maybe something happened that made two parallel worlds fuse.
Yeah, maybe.
Summarize for me, Iris.
When did you two get so knowledgeable?
Oh, I don't know.
Tessa is always writing about this stuff on the internet. That's why I decided to research it too. That's how I learned all this stuff.
So
Oh,
it's all Tessa.
Hey, I know about conspiracies and secret societies too. I find that stuff fascinating.
Tessa
If you
continuing
want,
to get
we
more
could talk
sus.
about those.
Maybe next
I
time.
think we're all talked out here.
Now where's that omelet
move on.
rice?
Done.
All these letters. What is the algebra? Your guess is good as mine. Ota brought the dish over. Thanks, Ota. Very cool. He laid out an omelet rice in front of me and Iris. Iris grabbed her spoon with a huge smile on her face, took a bite,
Bon appetit!
passed out. A spoonful. No, actually, she tried to pick a spoonful. I said it as a meme. Is she getting memories from the other world, do you think? Weird thought, I know. Weird take.
Tessa, are you okay?
I'm fine. My hand slipped.
Morphogenetic fields. If she just got the memories from the other timeline where she actually did die,
Let's eat.
there we go. This company has one thing and they stick to it, and I love it. There was no conversation. I skipped something. Okay. Just the sound of the spoon hitting the plate, the diner echoed with it. And before long,
Thanks for the food.
Iris was totally re-energized. Her face was back to her usual easy smile.
That was good. Ota, your omelet rice is seriously the best.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Aw, thanks. I owe it to my dad. He taught me well.
What the fuck was that, Iris? Ota said it was on the house. What are we paying?
Let's get going, Iris.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Come back soon.
Can I ask her? Like, what the fuck? No, I can't. Let's go to the cold storage warehouse. Maybe we can wake up more memories. Gotta love morphogenetic fields. Gotta love them. Tuned in only to say that. Thank you. No problem.
I saw it. I'm sure.
Right there on
Your
that table.
corpse, Iris. Right here.
But I'm here now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a ghost.
You don't look like a floating sheet. You have legs.
But
And
maybe they're not legs. Maybe they're my boobs.
those are really weird shaped ones. I tried to picture Iris's breast so we can down there like that. And then I decided not to. Good choice.
Didn't you say that you saved me in your dream?
In So's dream.
What did you mean by that?
I told you that I'm with an organization called Abyss, right?
Yeah, you told me 2 days ago.
We find clues in the minds of suspects and witnesses. We enter what we call Somnium, a dream world projected by their subconscious. That's what the entire organization is about.
How do you even
Heck
do that?
yeah.
We have a machine that we call the Sync Machine.
What is that?
It's a sync machine.
That's not an explanation. Tell me how it works.
What's a sync machine? It syncs.
I can explain, but it will require a bit of background to understand.
Background?
It's a long story. Do you know about the Wadjet system?
I guess not.
No, I know what it is. It's the core programming behind AI, right?
That's right. What's wrong?
What is up with that reaction?
What?
You're shivering.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
To borrow Pewter's explanation, with the advent of the Wadjet system, we can extract the data of the
What
human
does
psyche.
she
This data is sent to the
know
brain,
about that?
which achieves the sync.
What do you know about nanotechnology?
Nanotech? Yeah. Technology related to really small
That was a
things,
really
like
weird reaction.
Really teeny tiny things.
As if she has experience with it. Maybe as if weird thought Hitomi is an AI. Weird thought. Maybe she actually was killed by Rohan. And somehow they turned her into an AI. That's too far out. That's too far out.
And when they make a machine, they're called nanomachines. I heard they use them a lot for medical and tech fields.
True.
Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said. Well, I don't know if it was like beep, beep or rrr.
How'd your mom know?
Nanotechnology costs tons of money. Only a few people can even afford it. My college professor said only the richest of the rich have nanotechnology.
She's in
But
college?
he's pretty liberal, so...
Largely accurate.
Huh.
Nano is a prefix meaning 10 to the -9th power. A
Free
nanometer
healthcare.
is
Yeah.
therefore 0.000000001 meters.
For
The sync
nanotechnology?
machine uses machines approximately 2.16 nanometers long. Viruses are on average 20 to 970 nanometers, so sync nanomachines are far smaller than that.
Wow.
This allows them to access neural circuitry.
That's small as
During a
shit.
sync, the nanomachines are used to write in the syncer's data.
What about the BBB? I don't even know what the BBB is.
I've heard of it. The blood-brain barrier, right? Inside the skull, there's an army of little teeny tiny soldiers that surround the brain. They protect the brain from bad stuff in the blood, right?
That's almost it, yeah.
I had no idea about that.
The blood-brain barrier describes the architecture of the microvessels of the brain. It is a kind of shield that protects the brain. To get through, an object must be no larger than 0.4 nanometers. Objects too large to slip through the barrier cannot physically access the brain.
Oh, I learned this. Oh.
Okay.
Where'd you
I
learn
have
it?
the basics down. Let me explain how syncing works.
It's part of your
Syncers like me equip the sync gear and use it to
psychology
access the
degree?
subject's brain. Inside the helmet are nano cables, and on the tip of each of these cables
Biopsych.
is a special nano machine. But the machine can't
But
reach the
biopsych
brain
is really
through the blood
interesting.
alone. Do you know why?
Psychology is
BBB
really interesting.
soldiers say, go away, and push them back?
Well, yeah, kind of. But for the sync to work, we have to get the nanomachines into the brain itself. How do we do that?
Injection.
Drill a hole in the skull?
No.
In Shovel Forge, you can use a pickaxe, and...
No, it has nothing to do with tools. We don't have to open a hole. Skulls already have holes in them. One of those
Oh, that's
is
what
the
they are.
optic canal, which is a nerve canal located behind the eyes.
So it's not just VR
Nano cables of the
goggles.
sync gear go through your eyes, then go to the back of your eye socket, then
Oh,
through the
God.
optic canal to the sea.
The sea?
The sea of brain
So when they
cells.
put those on, like there's stuff going around the eyeballs.
It's only a chunk of protein.
No wonder they have to knock people out for that. Cause damn. Here's how the sync works.
Once the nanocables arrive at their destination, they can begin the sync process. They slide into the brain like roots of a tree. And on the tip of each cable, the nanomachine sends and receives data. This is controlled by the Wadjet system. And that's how the syncer and the subject exchange information.
Exchange?
Think of it this way. The human brain has a max capacity of one psyche, one consciousness.
Multiple instances of consciousness inside one brain can cause a total collapse of higher brain functions.
Which is probably why we can only stay for 6 minutes.
If there were two, there would be accidents all over the place.
Well, don't some planes have 2 control sticks?
Ooh, gotcha there.
Maybe it wasn't the best metaphor. What I'm trying to say is that the human body can only hold one person. If you try to have 2 people inside one brain, it will break.
I see.
Well, what about like multiple personalities? I mean, does that count as a broken brain? Like as far as psychology and like medicine goes? I mean, this is like game logic, so I shouldn't look too far into it, but...
And the only thing inside the subject's mind at the time of the sync are their memories. Like a house with no one inside. We syncers break into the house, look for clues, and leave. All within 6 minutes.
There's a time limit?
The perfect crime.
Or else, the house will collapse on our heads.
The neural circuits would become too deeply entwined with one another. To put it simply, the syncer would be trapped inside the subject's house.
Just stuck in the subconscious.
Thank you for explaining it. I don't completely understand how sync works, but still.
Just don't
worry.
Anyone.
We don't
It's
either.
Extremely confidential.
It's okay, I won't. Date, tell me this. Who did you sync with yesterday?
Didn't I show you his picture? Congressman Sosajima.
So that's why you know so much about him.
Yeah.
You've never met him, right?
I haven't, I swear.
I don't know.
Hey, Date, you saw my corpse here, right?
I did. I'm sure of it.
And in SoStream you saved me from getting killed.
Yeah.
And then somehow I resurrected.
How it seems, yeah.
Date, that means you're... Achoo!
Date, is the cold too much for Iris?
Yeah, I'm freezing too.
Would that make him, if we're going back to morphogenetic fields, would that make him a receiver or a sender? Or some weird thing like Junpei? We'll go to the maid cafe and then finish off at the shrine. I'm sure it's gonna want to send us to Marble after. Oh, you hear me talk about morphogenetic fields and stuff? Let's make my mouse on the screen here. If you can see my mouse, the thing I'm circling over here with the weird gas mask is an ad for their game that came out before this. Well, I guess for their game series that came out before this game, called the Zero Escape series. This was the very first entry in it, 999. And it did all this stuff with morphogenetic fields and all this other quantum stuff that we're talking about now. If you haven't played it, highly recommend. It was so good. But on to next. I saw a familiar face as I entered. It was Mizuki. Iris and I sat at Mizuki's table.
Wow, this is surprising. What's going on here?
She's a regular. A platinum.
Why are you two together?
I guess her father does own the place, huh?
Oh, well,
It's a
Forget
date.
it. Thanks for letting me stay last night.
Oh, no trouble at all. Anytime. You could even live with me if you want.
That's a great idea.
Ripped off his roommate.
The roommate I have right now really sucks.
This girl.
Shots fired. Oh. What are you doing here?
What are you gonna do? Scold me or something?
Whoa.
Why do you care what I do?
Whoa.
Why are you so angry?
Chill.
I'm not angry. In fact, I'm feeling good.
Excuse me.
Hello, mermaid. The mermaid took me to the corner of the store.
Mizuki was crying earlier.
Crying?
Oh,
Yes.
Mizuki.
We were trying to cheer her up. What happened to her mom was... And we thought she was having a hard time. She must have come here looking for company. That's probably why she stayed with Iris last night. She didn't want to be alone.
Makes
Shogo's
perfect
body
sense.
is still under the jurisdiction of the police. There has not been a ceremony, nor has the body been cremated.
So she hasn't really gotten closure on it.
The culprit has not been caught, and we cannot locate Renju. And on top of that, her roommate has abandoned her.
Calling Date out.
In any case, there are many ways you could calm Mizuki down.
Mizuki is just trying to act strong. Please, try to understand.
She does that by absolutely ripping on Date. No, we're not going to ask her about any of that. Mermaid. Don't want to do the X-ray. Was Renju here?
I've heard that Renju was sighted here.
When do you mean?
When? I got the info a few minutes ago, but I don't know when he was seen.
Oh.
Ringing any bells?
Well, he hasn't come
Remember
by
anything?
today, but yesterday.
Yesterday? But I was here yesterday.
Were we?
It was after that.
Oh yeah.
After
Ota.
you and Ota left.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
No, Date is the one getting angry.
And I don't have any way to contact you.
Damn it.
Should have given her her number. Given her your number, Date. Whoops. What was he doing here?
He was looking for Iris. He was asking everyone where she was.
Weird.
Looking for me?
Yeah.
Did he give a reason?
No, not in particular.
Iris, can you think of why he would be looking for you?
No, not at all.
Huh.
Mizuki?
I don't know either.
Maybe in some weird way he was trying to save Iris? And then couldn't find her because she disappeared.
He did seem really sick. He was pale and sweating a lot.
It must have been because of the accident.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Spill the beans on the visitor.
Iris, I still need to know. What were you doing Sunday at 2 a.m.?
You haven't fulfilled your promise.
This is the date. I
What?
fulfilled my promise.
Yeah.
I told you. No info until the date is complete.
That's not what you said.
Don't you get it? This date isn't over yet.
About Renju.
Mr. Okiura helped me when I was just starting out. You know how my mom is single? He really supported her.
Because they've
He
known
even
each other
changed
for a
my
very
diaper
long
when I was a
time.
little baby. I got hired by Lemniscate all because of him.
Iris used to stream all her own content. Like singing and dancing and gaming and stuff. But before
should
we
look at her
knew
when
it,
she's
she
talking.
went viral.
Right, I heard about that.
She probably needed a media company to help her
That's how
out.
she started getting offers, right? But
Yeah.
because Iris's mom knows Renju, she decided to go with Lemniscate.
But there's more to it than that. There are other reasons.
Like?
Daddy was totally taken in by her talent.
Her talent?
Dancing, really. Her dancing is what got her into Lemniscate. He knew
What?
ever since she was young that she would be talented. He didn't want any other agencies to have her.
I didn't know that.
Huh.
Daddy's not the type to give compliments.
This is kind of embarrassing.
Aw.
I didn't know he
Mizuki.
thought of me that way.
Anything? You like dancing? Oh, this better not be perverted.
More than sleeping and eating.
More than eating,
Well,
whoa.
Maybe about the same as eating.
Okay, there we go.
Anyway, I've
Simp.
always loved moving my
He
body
was.
ever since I was a little girl.
And you're fast, too.
Yeah, I did a lot of track meets.
Were you always the anchor?
That's amazing.
Hey, want to hear something cool?
I bet
Iris
it's
is
not.
the goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology. She's the messenger of the gods. She's really fast.
And you're
Rainbows
fast. There
being
you
so
go.
fast to disappear was the source of the legend.
You're as fast as your namesake then.
You want to race?
No.
Sure. Let me get
Sanic, yeah. Streamer is a T3 simp. I'm not. I don't T3 to anyone. However, the guy who hired Iris as a streamer seems to have been one. Nice T3. Could you show me your dance? Whoops. Unplugged my headset. Can you show me your dance? Oh, Date. We'll see if there's any more story relevant questions we can get out of here.
The police asked
I
me
want
a
to
bunch
say
of
I don't want him to say something that'll get me banned.
but I don't know where he is.
Sad. And about the fishery warehouse.
Why are you asking me about that?
I was just curious.
We definitely didn't find like a dead body there or
That
anything.
company was made by my grandpa, but Daddy has nothing to do with it. I don't know anything about the warehouse.
Tragic. Is that it? That might be story relevant.
Mizuki comes here a lot. She's really friendly with everyone.
Really?
I like it here. Everyone treats me nice.
Because she's super hostile to Date.
No, it's not like that.
Sure.
We're BFFs.
She wields extraordinary power with that trident.
She do.
The Okiura family is really something else.
Guess we'll ask the weird questions.
Well, a triple board sea devil or an Anacanthus barbatus?
Oh, what?
That's a mouthful.
Do you know this mermaid? Do you know this man?
She's my friend from back when I worked here.
I forgot Iris used to work here.
Too. We go to haunted places and UFO sightings and stuff.
Oh.
Blow those boys away!
So Iris has always been interested in occultic stuff then. And conspiracies. What does that mean?
Mizuki, you really shouldn't say that.
Yeah, you've got the away part. Alright, guess we'll ask about the dance. I bet he gets rejected.
Right here?
Ooh, I want to see too.
Me too.
Nipple. What?
I'd also like to see that.
I don't know.
Come on, just show us.
But
alright.
Oh, he talked about what probably happened on the X-ray. I bet, like, in the past, it usually just goes, like, straight to their bones.
jeez. Fine, if you insist.
Where'd the mermaid go?
Yay! Iris, we're ready.
Oh, this is
All right,
a story
world,
thing?
Get ready. See my dance. Invincible rainbow arrow. Hit
Ah. I know exactly what that dance is going to be. Invincible rainbow arrow. Yep. There's a rainbow part, as you can see. I believe the arrow part is coming up.
Teacups that are flying on maps with
Oh, holy shoot.
You'll think that I'm lying. This old tale of mine, a journey through time.
Feels like a Disney thing.
A permanent fire.
Is this an anime opening? It might be.
Fruit never expires. You've seen in your eyes.
I don't know why this wasn't the opening for the game.
While the old bow their heads, while the blind lead the blind, the marble loses shine. The eye clouds by design, but we know
If this ever turned into like if this ever got an animation, I hope this is the intro song. Is this for like custom song, do you think? Spoilers, is it spoilers? She's a great ventriloquist. Well, I mean, it might just be a track that's playing. Not a live singing. Look at all these new simps. That's the future goal right there, guys. Good point. This would be season 2/3's opening. Yeah, you know, once everyone is familiar with Tessa, and they drop that.
That's right. I forgot he wrote music.
Yeah, he's really talented.
Wait, who wrote that? I missed that part. Okira with the music. She did write the lyrics.
I look up to him. He's done so much for me. I know I can rely on him more than anyone else.
Then where is he right now, huh? Committing murders. I see him there. I guess we'll do the X-ray. Straight to the bones. Well, she has legs at least.
Those are some nice hip bones.
Okay. What the fuck, Tate? Iris is best girl. Case closed. Hey, we finally have a vote here. There we go. My statement stands. It's right there. Under the best girl section. Right now, Iris is the only one up there. So as of right now, she is best girl. About the Okira fishery warehouse.
I thought I told you this already. Don't ask me the same questions over and over.
Date, look.
She getting heated? She knows something? Yep.
She's lying?
Possibly.
String images of the best girls on the board. I would have had like character profile pictures, but I didn't have enough time to finagle with the printer, so I just wrote down names and then copy it. I'll find lewds. I'm not putting lewds up on the board. I'm sorry, Noodle. Summarize, let's get out of here.
Unfortunately, we didn't find Renju here.
But we discovered that he was looking for Iris.
But why?
We can think about that later. Let's get going.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright, last place is Ikumi Shrine. It's about 10 o'clock. I think I am going to call the stream here. Because I thought about going until we do the next spot, but I think that's just going to lead into more big story stuff. So we'll save that for next time. Because I am super hungry, so I do want to eat. And, well, we accomplished what I wanted to. Bored. Kitty ears. Kitty ears are here to stay, so don't worry. You'll get to see them more. So, also, I'll answer this before I completely sign off here, Noodle. TikTok. Best mod showed up to stream today. Does that mean Lalstrus? He was a very, very good mod today. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back online either back to the regular stream schedule, or I'll try to find time that I can do the more afternoon streams, so you don't have to be up at 1:30 a.m. To watch. So have a good night, everybody, and thank you for watching.